What's going on, guys? I'm Anthogar. I'll make it real simple for you. I like Japanese games and I like good games. I play games, not consoles. So if your console got a good game, I'm there for it.
Before I say anything, someone's asking, is there
There's
audio?
there's
So
no audio,
double
bro.
check that.
Oh, now it's there. I hear myself. I don't know if I heard you.
Jab, do you hear audio? Someone asked, is there audio? That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Alberto, but I hear us.
Someone said muted.
All
Oh,
right,
the audio's
you guys
not
can hear
you.
me.
You don't have a mic.
Yeah, just me. Okay, sorry guys. Again, sorry. First episode problems. Let me intro that again. You guys already heard from my Anthogar, but yes, this is the first episode of the Share Button podcast. Almost forgot the name. That's how much things are going on right now. And but yeah, we're really excited to be here. I'm your host Alberto, and here are my co-hosts Anthogar and Little Lamb. Anthogar, I don't know if you want to say something again because they kind of heard you, but if not, Little Lamb can go ahead.
I'll say one more time. I like JRPGs and I like good games. I don't care what console the games are on. If they're good, they're good. If they're trash, they're trash.
All right, Little.
I forgot the push to talk thing right now. But okay, I'm just looking at chat real quick because it's my eyes. I'm supposed to be moderator today. So everyone hears you good now. So we're all set. But yeah, I'm Little Lamb, guys. Hi. I don't know what else to say. I love me some indie games. If your game has a good story, I'm definitely there. What else? I play on PC and console. I have every console right now available except Xbox, but you will definitely find me playing on the Switch my Animal Crossing because I'm still working on my island 1,000 years later.
You still play Animal Crossing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow. I dropped that game. I don't even know. Like, bro, I speed ran that game. Like, I beat that thing and like it's weird to say beat, but yeah, I basically there is a way to like finish all the tasks in Animal Crossing, and I did that in literally like under a month, probably like really quick. Like I monstered that game. So
But the game is not about
it's not
that.
about that. It's not
I'm
about
still
that.
working. I'm still building my island. Okay, I had an epiphany and I was like, I hate my island, so I'm restarting it again. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate it in like 3 months, and I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say?
Yes, I am a conspiracy as well. Yes.
Yeah, she is a conspiracy. So yeah, if you guys could go around, if you guys could go around and just like introduce yourselves in the sense of like where you guys started, like your whole history with the gaming stuff and everything. Like probably just give you your first console and like where you guys came, like started. Just because this is the first episode, I want people to get to know you guys and everything. So yeah, Anthogar.
Yeah, so obviously when I was a kid, I had like every console. I didn't have them when they were like relevant. I had a PS1, but obviously I was like really young when the PS1 came out. But I played a lot of PS1. PS2 is where like it really clicked that I loved gaming, and then from there on, I had PS2, Xbox, a GameCube, and then I went to PS3. Did not like it last gen or whatever gen that was. And then I went to 360. I had a lot of fun there, and then I went to PS4, and that's where I've been now with the PS5.
Okay, okay. So you started at PS1. So that's like basically where you started. First console
Yep,
ever was a PS1.
yep. I
Okay,
never had like a SNES or anything earlier.
okay. Little.
Yay, it's me. Okay, so my first console ever was the N64. So I had a Nintendo
What?
64.
Really?
That was my first console ever, yes. But I was very young, so I had to share it with my sisters. And honestly, all I remember that I usually played was like Mario and then this Beetle game. It was like a racing adventure game. And I think that was my favorite game. I used to play all the time. I hate racing games, but that was the only racing game I ever cared for. And then after that, my next console was a GameCube. Crazy Taxi, baby. And
Okay.
I love it. I don't care. But after that, I honestly didn't have any consoles at all. I did get a Nintendo DS, but I usually only played like fashion and beauty games and like, cute little games like that. So I didn't really get into it as much. But then what? I had the Wii, I had a DS, again, but the 3DS, the XL, which is the NES version, and I'm never gonna sell it because I think it's really cool looking. But now, yeah, after that, I honestly didn't get into playing like a lot of different games until I got my PlayStation 4. So, very interestingly enough, that's when I feel like I actually started playing freaking good games and like story games, not like Just Dance and like the the Wii Sports and stuff. So that's when I got more into it, okay? And yeah, from there I got my Switch. I have the PlayStation 5 now. I have a PC which I rebuilt because it was trash. Because cyberpower, we don't want to talk about that. And yeah, I also have a PlayStation 3 here at my house also, which also helped me play Red Dead. So I actually got to do both stories. So I'm actually happy about that. And yes, Crazy Taxi. Yes, I love it. I actually bought it on Amazon because I got a GameCube still. So I bought the game so I can play it. Because Crazy Taxi, y'all.
All right. Well, that's these guys. But basically, for me, first console I ever started on was SNES. But obviously, I wasn't like of age when that came out. So when I had the SNES, that was more of a thing where it was my dad's. It used to be my dad's, and my dad had the PS1 at the time. And I was like the little kid, and I had to play Mario all the time. And I remember seeing the PlayStation for the first time, and just literally just being so mind blown towards it. The biggest thing I will say though, I was scared of the PlayStation because first of all, it was 3D, and so I was like very intimidating. But more than that, it's just that I felt like when I saw my dad playing games, it was games like Resident Evil and like Tomb Raider and stuff like that. And like I'm used to playing side-scrolling games like Mario and all that stuff. So I remember seeing that for the first time. So I'm telling you, man, like I remember my dad used to only play Resident Evil. I think it was Resident Evil 3 is the one he played at the time. He used to only play it at night, so I couldn't see him play it. And I used to sneak out of my bedroom at night to go watch him play this game, and I used to be terrified. So, yeah, that's where I kind of started off. And if you guys don't know, like my favorite console of all time, which a lot of people will give me ginormous hate for, is the PlayStation 3. So, huge fan of the PlayStation 3. I think it's a great console. It's the most interesting console PlayStation had in their entire generation, other than the PS1. PS4 was boring, and PS2 was okay. But that's my hot takes. But yeah, so let's get to the show because everyone's gonna start hating on me. All right, so we have a few items on the list. You know, we're gonna be talking from PlayStation experience all the way to Mario Golf, the Cyberpunk stuff, Smash stuff, a little bit of Xbox news. And a big one, which a lot of the fans here, I know all you guys in the chat are probably fans of, abandoned PS5. And I want to touch upon that one last time and see what the panel thinks about it. Because I have a feeling people on the panel are haters and don't understand things and don't know how to read. But all right, let's get to the first topic. The first topic on the list here is what you guys see on the screen here. We have welcome to the family. PlayStation acquired Housemarque Studios, or I don't know, but I think there's Housemarque. So basically, Housemarque is the studio that made Returnal, Nex Machina, Resogun, Dead Nation, Super Stardust HD, all those games. You know, those are all those like bullet hell arcadey type games, and PlayStation finally bought them because, to me, I mean, I'll be honest, like I saw this news, and I thought it was very interesting, but it wasn't that like crazy. I think it's great. It's great that this happened, but I don't think it's something that like you need to jump off, you know, and scream to the ceiling like, hey, they bought Housemarque. It ain't that serious, but yeah. So there's that, but then also just I'm gonna let you guys talk in a second, but let me just mention the other part of the news is that Bluepoint was also acquired by Sony, from what we know, because the Japanese Twitter account for PlayStation tweeted it out by accident. That all the text in the tweet said "Welcome to Housemarque," but the picture was a Bluepoint picture. And the reason why you know that it wasn't fake is because in the Bluepoint's picture, in the background of the Bluepoint thing, they had Demon Souls there too. So it was like this was for sure like okay, this was just a mess up. But I'm pretty sure it probably will be announced next week or the next few days. They don't want to take the light off of the Housemarque situation happening. So. Yeah, so I don't know. Go ahead, guys. Give me your opinions on this whole situation and what you guys think.
I definitely disagree with you. I think it's a little more interesting than like not jumping up and down the seat. I definitely think it's something to celebrate.
Definitely not.
because Sony said they went on record to say that first thing, they're not just willy-nilly buying studios. This is a studio that they're known to work with. This is a studio that makes games exclusively for them anyway. And I think it's being written off as a like, well, we've seen this coming, or I can't believe it didn't happen sooner. But the truth is, until that's official and it happens, there was nothing stopping Xbox or anybody from coming and being able to work with them. So that definitely adds a good competition to them. And Bluepoint too. One of the biggest things in gaming now is remasters and remakes for nostalgia feel, and Sony being able to capitalize on that, those are definitely two studios to get hype about.
I'd say I'm more interested in if you had to pick for the two. Listen, I understand Bluepoint, but I feel like Bluepoint should have stayed third party because I think they could do a lot of work with a lot of different franchises instead of just having to stick with PlayStation. But as we see, the biggest rumor with Bluepoint that they're working on Metal Gear. So if that's true, that's a third party, developer. That's not Sony's IP. That's Konami's IP. So that'd be really cool if they are working on that. But other than that, it would be cool for them to work on other franchises outside of PlayStation because I think they're really good. They're a really good studio. But now that Sony bought them, I think they're just gonna be stuck within that, which is fine. I mean, Sony makes great games, but it is what it is. But Little, do you have anything to say about this?
To me, it was like, my opinion, I don't know too much about the Housemarque situation, just because I know like they did Returnal,
Yeah.
but I do know Bluepoint did work with like Shadow of the Colossus and
Yes.
Flower. So, and
Well-
then Dead Souls, I think, which is like the one that just recently
Which
came
one?
out.
Demon
Dark
Souls.
Souls?
Demon
Demon
Souls.
Souls.
Yeah.
I know it's one of those.
Yeah.
And that's how you know I don't fuck with that one. But to me, I feel like, I don't know, both kind of make sense. It's not like it's a random like company that hasn't really worked with Sony or done stuff for them. So I mean, hey, if they want to do that, kudos to them. If they don't, kudos to them too. But I think it's very interesting, and I don't know, maybe Shadow of the Colossus will be remastered for PlayStation 5.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that. It's on PS4. It looks great. I'm a huge Shadow of the Colossus fan. I absolutely love that game, and they did a great job. And again, I think Bluepoint's a great studio. Absolutely, great studio. But again, to be fair, in my opinion, I'm just like, okay, well, this is like anyone would have thought that already. Because what's funny is people when what's it called? Returnal came out. People were like, oh yeah, this is like another first party exclusive. It's like, no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. But people didn't know that because people expected Housemarque to be a first party game. Because I don't think. Honestly, I had to look at their catalog of games they made, but I don't think they've made a game for any other platform other than PlayStation in the last like 10 to 15 years, in my opinion. Or at least from what I know, I don't think any of the games came out. Yeah.
At least for sure since 2010, they definitely haven't released anything else that wasn't on PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, I don't think that's like a crazy thing to. Well, I know when I saw it, I was just like, oh, that's great. Good job. Great. That's Sony. You should have bought them 700 years ago. I don't know why you took this long to buy them if you cared about them. But I guess Returnal was good enough for them, and they, it sold enough for what they wanted, and maybe like the vision of what the studio has in the future, they're like really into.
Yeah, I just don't think there was like any immediate rush to buy them before.
Yeah,
I mean, they were making smaller to indie type games that were good. They were fun. They were there, but they weren't for everybody. But they gave them a little more budget, a little more leniency and freeway. They made Returnal. So I think that now just having Sony fully back that studio up and own that studio, the next game they're gonna make is gonna be crazy.
Oh, absolutely. I think Returnal was a great step for that studio. It really proved like they knew what they were going to do, basically. And I think if it wasn't for that, what they did before with all the arcade shooter games or whatever, I see why Sony didn't want to buy them before, But do you have anything else to say, Little? Anyone have anything else to say? We'll move on from this. Oh, nothing. Oh, I didn't. You guys
Oh, my bad. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay. I want to say anything specifically about the Bluepoint thing. Anyone want to say anything about that?
I do think that could mean that maybe we should keep an eye out for some remasters of some of the older Sony titles. So I honestly, thinking about it, it doesn't sound that crazy with them owning Bluepoint to see games like Sly Bandicoot start making comebacks like that.
Sly
remaking of Sly. Sly Cooper, my lord, I was so confused thinking of the name Sly
Yes,
Cooper.
Sly
I think that some
Bandicoot.
of their older titles Yeah, no, that's just leave me alone with that. Leave me alone with that one.
No,
I
stop
think
that.
that a lot of those older games can make yeah, clip that one, clip that one.
Yeah.
But a lot of their older games are definitely going to start coming back now if they're going to own a studio that's. Let me ask you this, right? What do you think about Bluepoint moving forward and making their own game?
Oh well, I think that's like one of the rumors. One of the games they're working on several games at the moment, and one of them is a new IP, their own IP. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. They never. I don't. Again, from what I know off memory, I don't think they've ever made a game themselves. I think it's all been like remakes and remasters. That's it. So
Yep.
I think them
And but
themselves did the Uncharted ones too, the remasters.
they
yeah, they
did.
did.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
Yeah.
And then listen, I could be wrong, but I believe they helped with the production of Gravity Rush towards the end. But
Yeah.
because they're listed as working on it, but not the remaster not the remaster, just the original one.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the Blue Point thing. I guess like that. Like I said, I like it's obvious that they will be remaking other PlayStation titles, like Sly Cooper or something. Maybe. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I feel like that's kind of like maybe maybe the sales of Ratchet and Clank look good enough for the company, and they was like, yeah, we'll do that. But I don't know. I don't know what other games in the PlayStation like ecosystem do you think deserves to have a remake the way that Blue Point is known for doing.
Sly Cooper's one. It's just that it gets hard because like when I personally don't think that games from the PS3 still deserve remakes, or I guess remasters okay, but like full remakes I don't think they deserve it. But and when you get back to the PS2, it gets a little tricky because it gets to like the mascot era of PlayStation. So and we've already seen the Crash Bandicoot remasters. So I definitely think that when you look into it, you're getting the Sly Coopers, you're gonna get the Jack and Daxters. That's a possible series that can make a comeback, and they could use it like the Crash Bandicoot 4. They make the remaster sells well. Sony sees that people want these games, and like Jab said, maybe a Sly Cooper 5 wouldn't seem that crazy.
Yeah, I mean that would be very interesting. I mean, I love Sly Cooper. I think it's a really good game. So I mean, I'd love to see it back. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, would we like to see Blue Point make Sly Cooper 5? I mean, that's a little interesting. But I don't know. To me, that's all I really gotta say about this topic. I don't know if you guys want to.
I will throw in a random game that if they remaster, I wouldn't be angry about, but I'm pretty sure maybe it already did for PlayStation 4. But Fat Princess or whatever it's called.
Fat Princess.
No, Fat Princess. What's it called?
What? Which one?
It's like the princess one. I'm pretty sure it's not Fat Princess, but it's like something like that.
I don't know any other game. Fat Princess is a Sony game for sure. So I don't know what you're talking about, but Fat Princess for sure is a Sony game.
Just to touch on the
Yes,
chat.
Fat Princess. That's what I was talking about. Like the princess with the cakes.
Yeah, that's Fat Princess. Yeah, just to touch on the chat real quick. Game Hermit said a Silent Hill 1 remake would be dope, but I have to agree with the second half more. I doubt that they would remake that game.
I think they should remake that game, but that's just my opinion. I think that deserves it. I think Metal Gear Solid deserves a remake. But I just feel like, in my opinion, I feel like I said, that's why I wish Sony didn't, like, I like that they bought them, obviously, because they have worked with Sony. They definitely have. But they have worked with Konami to make Metal Gear Solid. They have, they've done these things before. So, I don't know. I just feel like it could have, there's a lot of games, a lot of classic games that deserve remakes. And I just feel like when Sony bought them, it kind of just, like, shut everything else out,
But honestly, I'll be real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sony also had Kojima come in. They funded Death Stranding, completely helped with that, right? And it wasn't even exclusive. It ended up going to PC and stuff like that on a timed exclusive. So honestly, I don't think it would be weird for Sony to allow Bluepoint to work with a third-party developer to do a remaster of a game or a remake of a game and have that be exclusive to Sony. So I still don't think that that's out of the picture.
Yeah. I mean, hey, yeah, exactly. I definitely think it's still possible, but it is what it is. I'm excited. I mean, at the end of the day, it's good accusation. I can't say the word. They acquired. What did you say the word?
Acquisition.
Accusations, I guess, right? Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I got some smoke real quick. I got some smoke because actually I seen right. Oh God, listen. At the end of the day, listen. Right? And on this podcast, right, we're definitely gonna have to touch on some crazy stuff sometimes that people say on the internet. Because I seen a little community called let's call them the Xbots, the Xbox people. I really seen a little circle, a little patch of these people sitting there, crying, laughing emoji, right, and saying, "Oh, you guys bought Housemarque and we got Bethesda." They're like, "Oh, is that supposed to compete?" I'm like, "Bro, that has nothing to do with one another." They're trying to act like because Microsoft bought Bethesda and that Sony bought this, that Sony's taking an L. It's like, all right, guys, like that means nothing. Stop.
Listen, I didn't think we was gonna get to this level of anger this quick. All I'm gonna say about that is, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about Sony acquiring studios, right?
Uh-huh.
First things first, Bethesda ain't put out a good game since God knows when.
Oh,
So
stop that.
off rip. If we're gonna, I'll be fair. I'll give Doom. I'll give Doom.
Doom Eternal's
right?
great.
But come on, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Hey, stop.
That's not the same team that you got sitting there working on every other flop that they put out the last 2 generations. You know what I'm saying? And Returnal off rip is better than anything that Bethesda has put out in recent years. And the true
Bro, that's a lie. That's a blatant lie. Literally, Doom Eternal a better game than fucking Returnal. Stop this.
I keep
Stop
discrediting
this.
Doom Eternal.
But it's not even. That's not even that. I mean, listen, I'm gonna sit here and scramble my head for a second. I'm trying to figure out what other games they made. But
I'll be fair. I'll be
Yeah.
fair, and I'll give them Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. I personally love those games, but let's be real, right? Those are not franchise pushing games. You know what I'm saying? Those are not games that are carrying Bethesda. If you're telling me that in the state of 2021 for Bethesda, what's carrying them is Doom, bro, by all means, Xbox.
No, well, listen.
That's all they got anyway,
Listen.
shooters.
They do have Fallout. They do have Elder Scrolls. They
Bro,
do
Fallout,
have.
no. You're talking to a Fallout fan, and let's be honest, Obsidian has made better Fallouts than Bethesda could do
Okay.
themselves.
Well, Microsoft owns them too. So hey, it is what it is. What can we say?
Game Hermit says Fallout 76, puking emoji.
I
Just
understand.
change that to Bethesda, and it would still be viable.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I can't say Bethesda's like worthless. It's definitely not worthless. Like it's definitely worth something. There's a lot of IPs under that company. 100%. There's great IPs. There's great big selling IPs under that company. All I'm saying, right, is if you are an Xbot and you looked at this news today and you thought that was a dub and you really thought it was in your place to sit there and go on Twitter and act like you guys won the trophy and stuff, you're stupid. You're dumb. Like that's literally the dumbest thing to ever think. That's ridiculous. It's funny.
Listen, yeah, that purchase was just a whole nother thing. Because honestly, like I said, bro, Bethesda is not releasing straight quality, bro. Full of bugs.
I think that some people just see catalogs and then they see, oh well, they have this many games, and that shit has like, I honestly don't know how many like.
I seen
Like,
listen.
I think they do it by that as well too. Like, oh look how much games we have here, and then look how many you guys are getting. Like, stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I
feel like a lot of
seen.
people do that too.
I seen someone pull up a list, right? They pull up the list. They put like Bethesda's list, and they put like Housemarque, and then they put one. Housemarque. When you look at Housemarque, the last thing they made was like Returnal. Everything else before that are literally all arcade games. So they're not big games. They don't sell well. It's like I get it, but again, I don't think you have to compare that acquisition and the other acquisition. Those are two different things.
And again, going back to the chat, because the chat understands, bro. It's like Ato Miku said, Bethesda hasn't made any good games in a long time. They just published a good one.
Yeah, exactly. I get it because it's software. It's software to people who make Doom, right? So I mean, listen, I get that, but again, I believe all that stuff is under. That's what they own. ZeniMax, so I'm pretty sure they own all that stuff. So I mean, regardless of whatever way you want to spin it, look, listen, Microsoft got a dub. They got a dub, and I just think Xbox are not gonna let this go. That's the thing. Let's understand that Xbox are not gonna let this go for like the next 5 years.
But Alberto, like literally sit down and ask yourself, right? How can Xbox let this go? The difference in these purchases that when Sony sat here and purchased the team that made Returnal, they sat there and strengthened their lineup. When Xbox purchased Bethesda, it literally saved them from nothing, and it gave them just enough to hang on to. Because really, what is it? Elder Scrolls 6 is in like design mode or like something stupid like bro.
Bro, in conceptual stage. You know what I
It's
mean?
like it's like honestly, right? I've been heavy in the community. Like I've been playing video games my whole life, but heavy in the community since 2017. I'm still waiting for games. So the purchase of Bethesda makes perfect sense because they don't have any games coming until I start having grandkids.
Yeah. Listen.
Can I just read chat real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
For Mercury Machine says remove ID software and they haven't released a great game for a very long time.
Yep.
And then Caleb says one of my favorite only Xbox One game is having a sequel. Apparently they left Microsoft and it's gonna be a Sony game now. Sunset Overdrive 2.
Yep, because that goodbye. You need a PlayStation for that one.
Yeah. I mean,
and you ready for this hot take? Sunset Overdrive 2 is going to be miles better than Sunset Overdrive 1. Sunset Overdrive 1 will feel like an Xbox game. Sunset Overdrive 2 will feel like a PlayStation game.
Listen, to be fair, Sunset Overdrive 1, like that was an Xbox game. They actually made a console over that game. They made the first white Xbox was for Sunset Overdrive, which is that's a pretty big deal. Whenever the console drops with a new game that changes the color of the base color of the console, that's always like a big game. Like Halo done it. God of War I don't think God of War has done it. I don't think there is a white PS3 like that, but I can't remember. But you know,
Mercury Machines. Thanks for having a damn brain, bro. Because honestly, I wouldn't. When I think Bethesda, I wouldn't need bringing them up with the team that made Returnal. With Bluepoint makes more sense than ever bringing Bethesda up in the state that it is now and has been for 10 years with the likes of Insomniac, Sucker Punch, or Naughty Dog.
Yeah. I see someone say all I want is PT. Listen, I'll say this, right? If you're saying all you want is PT, I'm pretty sure the one place you'd probably get a PT type game, regardless of
Sony.
Yeah, it's at Sony. I don't care what Jeff Grubb says. Send them this clip. You know what I mean? I don't care what Jeff Grubb says. He's saying that the next game's coming out on Xbox or whatever. Hideo Kojima's next game on Xbox. I don't know. Hey, it is what it is.
Xbox, the next game ain't on Xbox. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might come out on PC first and then come to Xbox 3 months later. Like, come on, we can't go off that.
Yeah, listen. I listen. I am neutral on this fight. All I do is fight when I fight. You know what I mean? If someone's making a good move or making a good game, I'm going to defend them. But if in this conversation right now, Microsoft looks bad, I'm going to say Microsoft looks bad. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So let's move on. Okay,
hold on before I say something, because this is funny, but I guess we're going to kind of touch up on this soon. But
yeah, we will.
Caleb says, people complain about CD Projekt Red, but look at Bethesda.
No, we're going to talk about that later in the podcast.
We'll talk about all that stuff.
I got something to say about that.
All right, let's move on to the next thing here. So the next thing on the list here, as I see here, is the PlayStation experience might be coming to a comeback in 2021. So this comes from, I'm on Game Rant right now. Okay, let's see. What do we have? A trademark was filed by a company, and they were basically saying it suggests that a new PlayStation Experience event is going to be held in the near future. The last one that ever happened was in 2017, I believe. And, hold up. PlayStation Experience was essentially the brand's second from... Oh, yeah, okay, so 2017 was the last one, I believe. Or, yeah, I guess that's it. But, yeah, so obviously what PlayStation Experience was, it was just like it was like an E3 type of show, but it happened in December for Sony, which is a great place to, show off games because it's been 6 months since E3, and they were able to show new stuff. To be honest, in my opinion, I think this is what everyone understands, that PlayStation Experience only disappeared because PlayStation had nothing to show anymore. Like, they just didn't have enough in shows to show anymore. And I'll be honest, too, I think that's why they left E3, too. Like, I know the whole debacle of, like, what happened with the ESA and all that stuff. I just think, Sony, again, this is another hot take. I believe Sony, every year they've been at E3 since, 2006, they won every single E3. I don't care what anyone says. Absolutely every time, it was an amazing show, every time. And I feel like they realized they're at a point where, okay, we've made good shows, we just don't want to make a terrible show, And I think the last E3 they ever had was the Last of Us thing, right? Where they literally made everyone go into the tent and then made them go into the guy playing the flute for Ghost of Tsushima or whatever. That was their last E3, and that was a crazy event. But I felt like it was so crazy that they couldn't top it. They literally had people shifting and moving to different theaters or whatever. So yeah, but when it comes to PlayStation Experience, I'm very happy that it's coming back because that means that PlayStation has things to show, and they're confident about the next generation. You know. So, what do you guys think about it? I'll open the floor. Go ahead.
I think it's needed.
It's needed.
I think it's needed. Xbox, God knows that they're the king of talking, so they have the media market down. You know what I'm saying? They have the marketing down with their games. Everyone knows that Xbox got games coming, you know, forever. Nintendo, I mean, Nintendo's a little bit different, but Nintendo, everyone knows that in the generation you're gonna get your games that you came for. But when it comes to Sony, I think they're changing as a company. You know, they've definitely shifted last generation to a premium quality games, and I think that this coming back is needed because there's Twitter. You'll get you your information for Microsoft. Nintendo has directs as they feel necessary, and sometimes PlayStation goes months at a time just quiet. So
Yeah.
it would be good, especially knowing that we're not going to get them at E3. It would be good to know, at least we know at this point of the year we'll get Sony to say something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I hope I hope it's like real. And my main thing I'll say about this, right, is that it used to happen in December. I think this will now happen at the time of E3, or at least like a month after or two of E3 now, because since they're not going to be at E3 anymore, I think they're able to be like, all right, so we'll do our event around the same time, so that, like, you know, because obviously that's when all the press is ready to like talk about games. So it's like that's a good time for them to do it within the same span of time, so they don't have to wait 6 months and, like, you know, Game Awards time and stuff. And that's the time where it used to happen. So it's pretty cool. I hope it comes back. Anything you have to say about it, Little?
That I really hope it comes back. I think I've only seen 2 of the PlayStation experience, and I think once I saw it in a movie theater, which was really, really cool. So for me, it'll be very interesting enough, like, to see it. And like you said, I do believe that if they're doing it, it's obviously for a reason, and I think it's because they have like a strong lineup, and with them buying all these like other like companies and doing all these like things, I do think they're very like, I wouldn't say encouraged, but they feel very strongly about their company and what they're gonna bring out next. So they're so confident about it that they're just like, peace.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to say about that.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good too. Yeah. So I guess we'll move on to the next thing, which is Ghost of Tsushima is reportedly gonna have a PS5 version, and there's also gonna be an expansion. So my take on this whole thing is that what this is that there's gonna be a Game of the Year edition or whatever, like, you know, like those like the definitive editions or whatever is gonna release, and it's gonna release as a PS5 version, but it's also gonna have a standalone game that is the Ghost of whatever the new expansion is, which is basically gonna be a new map that you're gonna be able to play in on Ghost of Tsushima. And I think it's gonna release with the package, but you could buy it separately also. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Anyone?
Honestly, first things first, Ghost of Tsushima is great, and if you haven't played it, go play it. It
Great.
already runs good on the PS5, so to get a dedicated PS5 version would just be cake, and it'd be beautiful to play. If they do release a standalone, I guess that would be cool. You know, if it comes out by itself, that would be kind of like more like a Miles Morales situation. But the problem with standalone is I'm gonna hold it to a higher quality than I would hold a DLC. I just want the DLC to be good. If it's gonna be a standalone that I could buy by itself, then I'm expecting a Miles Morales out of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna be good. I mean, I have no question if it's gonna be good or not. All it is to me, what I think it's gonna be is just gonna be another area, another little area to like, you know, it's gonna be a new island. I think a new little island, and it's probably gonna have like 3 different like sections or something. But I definitely think it's gonna be like maybe like a Miles Morales thing, but not on like the scale of Miles Morales. I'm thinking the scale of The Last of Us, Left Behind. That's what I think.
I get what you mean. I'll be more than happy with that quality. Again,
Yeah.
I have no doubt that Sucker Punch will deliver with that, and I'm so excited for that.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, literally, anything to say about that?
That I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, so I apologize, Aunt. I'm sorry, but I do agree that if they do bring it to the PlayStation 5, like as that edition, that they'll definitely like try to do something with it, like a gold edition, like you said.
I want to touch upon something that someone said in the comments. They're mentioning that it's the opposite of what Rockstar's doing with GTA 5, whatever, you know, online stuff. The best thing about, I think literally, like, Ghost of Tsushima deserves love Like, this is literally like a spectacular game. This game had a online expansion to it that was literally free, and it's such a good expansion. Like, I've played it; it's really fun, guys. Like, literally go play that. And it's such a good game, man. Like, I'm very sad that I played it on PS4 Slim. You know, most of the game I played it like that. I never really played it on the PS4 Pro or on PS5. But I still need to platinum it, so I'll definitely go back and platinum it, hopefully. And especially if they drop this new version, I'll probably buy it straight up. I'll buy that new expansion and everything. So I'm excited for it.
Me, I think one of the things is like for 2019, I wasn't interested in Ghost of Tsushima. You know what I'm saying? I truly did not have faith in Sucker Punch at that time. I didn't care about the setting or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I went without playing it. It was on sale one day, and I was like, you know what? I'll buy it. It's 60 frames on the PS5, and like when I played it, I guess for the world it wasn't, but for me it was like a huge sleeper hit. It like caught me so off guard. And I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
bro,
I remember that.
I
Yeah.
love this game so much. Why is it so good?
Yeah, let me get some slander from my boy Anthogar here. He was talking the mighty, crazy stuff when this game was coming out. I was like, bro, this game looks absolutely spectacular. I was always saying that over and over and over again. This game looks really good. He's like, oh, it looks boring, bro. You know how it
In my
goes.
defense, like I said, that the environment, it didn't stick out to me. I didn't watch much of the game. Nothing of it caught my attention at the time. I was like, running around Japan as a samurai. I was like, oh my lord. I was like, I was just good on it. But then when I played it, I was just blown away. I was like, wow. From like the beginning, when like you start playing and like the title pops up while you're riding the horse. I mean, off rip, I was just, wow, this blew me away.
Yeah. No, listen, it's a great game. I can't wait. I literally so badly just want to download it on my PS5 and just play it because I haven't played it. I only played it with you in person or whatever, off the screen or whatever. But like I've never been able to actually sit there and like get into the world again. I'll be honest, bro. My backlog is crazy. I have a lot of games. I just have a lot of games to play, and a lot of games to platinum. So it's like, you gotta find the time in the world to play all these things. But
I will say something about chat.
Mhm.
Bloody Bag said that he platinum Ghost of Tsushima, so good for you, honestly.
Respect.
I
That
don't
takes
I
a
don't know
long
how you could
time.
platinum. Yeah, I was like, it seems like it'll take a long time. And then Caleb says it stands out heavily in a world saturated with games as a service.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great game. I'm almost done with the platinum too. But I just have to play the game. I had to move my save from the PS4 Slim and then like onto here. So it's like it's a whole thing. But I'll be getting that platinum soon. I'm very excited. So, but that's really cool. I'm really glad you platinumed it. I'm glad there's people in the chat who were chasing those platinums. I like that. All right, so we'll move on to the next topic here. So the next topic we have here, listen, I'm actually positive on this, right? This is Xbox news. All right, this is Xbox news. So you can see that I'm not an Xbox hater. I just have slander when slander needs to be, served to somebody, right? But okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Microsoft's xCloud game streaming service or whatever is widely available on iOS and PC. So this means if you have a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, you're able to stream. You're able to stream the game on iOS and PC. I didn't see this PC part, but yes, you can do it, I guess, on PC, which is any PC. I'm so stupid. I was trying to think of the phones. The phones are Android and iOS, so yes. But on Mac, or not Mac, on iOS, there's no dedicated app. Only on Androids. On Android, yeah. So so I'll let you guys go first. I don't know. I feel like I want to say something first, I guess. Because I think I'm positive on it. I feel like Ant's about to be very negative on this.
We'll leave him last. We'll leave him last.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say what I gotta say first. I'm gonna be positive, right? Because this dude about to sit here and say some slander for no reason. I like this. I love this. I think this is the best thing ever. The only problem is, from what I hear, it sucks. That's the only problem. That it's not good. It's laggy, it doesn't work, whatever. I don't care. Listen, just fix it and make it good. Why? Because, bro, Xbox Game Pass, if it works the way it's supposed to work, like I can actually play it, I'll even use it on PC. Because the reason why it's so good, and the thing that holds me back of using Game Pass like in the best way possible, is I hate having to download every game I want to play. Like, bro, I don't want to waste mad time downloading any of these games. I just want to play them. So if you're telling me you're gonna make a system where I could literally just press on the game and I could play it, all my cloud saves go back and forth, because it already works perfectly fine. Like when I play a game on an Xbox console and on my PC, the save stays the same. Everything is all the same, and that's great. And it's the same thing with the cloud streaming. So that's how it's supposed to work. The only thing is that the cloud streaming right now is a little wonky, and that's the only problem. But go ahead. Talking shit.
I'll say something before Ant says something because I'm
All
kind
right.
of with you on it too. I think it's a very exciting new thing to see out there, and honestly, I also wouldn't mind to get it just for my PC. And if I could go there and like, I think someone also mentioned here on chat that Caleb said, and they're having them on smart TVs too. Like,
That's great.
what? To me, that's like innovative as fuck. I don't know if that's a real word or not,
It's
but to
innovative.
me, and
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
innovative.
and then like the price is also cheap. I think it's like 15-20 bucks, less than that. So to me, it's like, and then apparently the saves also from if you're playing on your iOS, on your PC or whatever, and then on your Xbox, the save it will stay intact. So like you can just go on one like platform and go to the other one and still work. To me, that's something very interesting, and obviously it's gonna move. Like it's gonna happen at a point in life. So why
Exactly.
not take the step now? And I think it's really good. The one thing I have heard that I know, like you said, it's laggy, but a lot of people have complained about from what I've seen is that there is no 4K for it yet. So the most it can go up to is 1080p.
I don't think that's that big of a problem. People bro. It's like, come
But you know,
on.
there's some people who care about that. So all I'm saying is like, but to me, it's like, why would you expect that? I mean, like, to me, it's like new, you know, like
No,
at a
no, I
point,
get it.
it'll probably get there, but it's like, okay, that's fair. Sure. Cause you know, Xbox, you can do 4K and stuff, but it's like, it's a cloud, but very exciting to me. That's a good new.
Yeah, listen.
Sorry, Aunt.
Okay, go ahead, Ian. Because I again, go ahead. Whatever.
I just want to get this out the way.
Uh-huh.
I don't hate Xbox. I actually like the cloud idea, right?
Hmm.
I think it would be the most efficient way for me to play Xbox games, right?
Okay.
And my problem is I don't watch Shark Tank and like the good ideas. I watch Shark Tank and like the ones that work. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
ultimately, right? There's a reason why they don't have 4K because no one is gonna run streaming a game at 4K on their phone. It's not happening. That we're not close to that being a reality. And when Google Stadia says it and does it, it was a whole meme. But xCloud rolls it out, and you can't even play Forza on the damn thing because it's like it's not like it's laggy, it's unplayable, like
Yeah.
completely unplayable. So it is there's nothing to congratulate. There's no, if anything, we've been promised so much with this to roll out and be this bad after all this time. I would be worried. I don't see anything to celebrate here. That's embarrassing.
Listen. Like, to be fair, again, to be fair, this is what I'll say, right? It's not an extra charge. It's a part of your Game Pass subscription. So it's like if they were gonna try to charge extra for it, then yeah, I'll be like, all right, guys, this is stupid. That's why Google Stadia got its hate because that's all it offered was straight streaming. That's stupid. And you have to like pay for the streaming and you have to pay for buying each game. Game Pass is all the games. You feel me? You have all the games. You have all the cross saves. Everything's good. Again, does it suck? Yes, it's not good from what I hear. I understand.
Listen, right?
Uh-huh.
Think about it like this. It just because it's free or no extra charge or whatever, right? Doesn't make it good. You're a vegetarian. If you come into Taco Bell and I give you an extra soft taco with meat on it, does it do you any benefits if you can't use it because it's not good for you?
I mean, listen, again. I get what you're saying, but I'm just happy that they done this. I'm happy that they gave this a shot and they're doing something. It's interesting. It's interesting. That's all I can give them. You know what I mean?
And obviously they're gonna keep working on it too. It's not like they're just gonna abandon it. And I mean, obviously it's like, yes, it's a rough start, but they have to start at a point. If they don't put it out there, get feedback and all that, how will they also make it better? And like Berto said, it's free. Like that to me, it's
Yeah.
like,
It's just I'm telling you, right? The problem is just that this isn't new. They didn't announce this a month ago, and they're
No,
just
I
starting to
know.
roll it out to test it out. Caleb hit it right on the nail. I work in mobile with data caps and Wi-Fi caps and everything that all unlimited. No, there's caps to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You have dudes walking around in T-Mobile Essentials thinking that they're about to stream Doom Eternal 4K, and it's like, buddy,
Nah.
you have slowdowns. You guys don't even have anywhere near the data for this to work. I wish it did work. I wish I could sit here and just play Forza on my phone. That would be so cool. Like I don't hate Xbox, but I can't pretend like this is some kind of wave. It's not happening.
Okay. Well,
I will
hey.
read some chats if that's okay with
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So we have Game Hermit 5050 saying hearing about gaming news is more fun in a stream. So thank you guys for doing this. So you're very welcome.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
no
Jack.
problem. We love you
And
guys.
then Caleb said if they take their time on developing the network, unlike Google Stadia did, it could be a lot better, which I don't think any of us disagree there. And then Bloody Bag says if we keep going this route, developers won't be as creative. They'll just pump them out on the pass.
Oh, that's already happening on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's already a thing.
Caleb also said that he streamed it on his laptop and it wasn't as bad as I thought.
And
so...
hey, to be fair, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I want. I want to play it on PC. I know that sounds stupid. That sounds absolutely stupid, but I want to play it on PC.
Harvey also says Google Stadia runs great though. I love Google Stadia. The only cloud gaming I had trouble with is the Switch's cloud gaming, which I haven't tried yet myself.
I think I played it for a second.
There's a reason why you guys haven't tried that.
Hey, stop. All right, so listen. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say about this topic, because the next topic we're going to talk about is a pretty big one, and I think a lot of people in chat want to hear about this.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Atomiku, yeah, 100% right. This stems from a problem that the United States, needs to fix its broadbands. The same wires that were installed in America underground to get the broadband up and running is the same wires we run off of now that does not get maintenance or changed or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Ginormous problem. We got to fix all that stuff, man. We know. But hey, I know it's annoying. It's weird, but I'm just happy that Xbox added it to their service and they're not charging more for it. And it's not a Google Stadia situation. It's not some stupid situation like that. So hey.
I have faith that if it can happen, it will be xCloud. Versus like Stadia was a joke from the second I heard it.
Yeah. So hey, it is what it is. But yes. Okay. So the next topic we're going to talk about, I skipped this by accident. I skipped this topic by accident, guys.
Yeah, I was confused when you I was like, wait, what?
I will say, Little, turn your camera off and on again if you can.
Yeah, you're behind.
Yeah.
I'm good now?
Yeah, you're good. But yes, we skipped the topic. That was a pretty big one. So let's go back to PlayStation real quick. We got something to talk about. A lot of people in chat, I keep seeing them talking about it. They keep mentioning it. We got a boy in a chat called Bloody Bag.
They're ready.
They're ready to talk about this. So let me just pull this up real quick. Let me write this down real quick on the search so you guys could lose your mind. All right, here we go. We're gonna be talking about abandoned PS5. We're gonna be talking about our boy Hassan. We're gonna be talking about a lot of this stuff.
Hold on. What are you talking about? I thought we were talking about Silent Hill. I thought this was a Silent Hill game.
Oh man. So I just want to let y'all know. You guys know who I am. You guys were on my channel. You guys most likely found me from my videos on the abandoned situation, the abandoned PS5 situation, and all that stuff, and the Silent Hills and the Kojima stuff. One thing I really was always wanting to do is to be able to hear other people's opinion, right? Because I hear other people's opinions on podcasts who think, they're hashtag team fake. And me, I'm hashtag team real. And I hear these people and I hear them and I get frustrated when I hear them because I can't really say anything to them to try to fight back to them. But today, I think I'm about to have that option. Because we got our boy in the building, Anthogar himself, who I think is hashtag team fake. So we're gonna go back and forth here, and I'm gonna just serve him real quick. So we'll see.
I'll mediate.
I know. So how should we start this?
I just want to throw this out there, right?
Go ahead.
I'm more than happy to be educated here because I don't know the whole story, right?
Go ahead.
But from what I do know, right? This team is working on a game. They did teases that it was going to be a Silent Hill. Everyone thinks it's connected to Kojima. You got people sitting here looking at countries' residencies to see if humans exist or not. And listen, right? My thing is that I definitely, I'm not buying into no conspiracy theories for gaming. You know what I'm saying? I it's hard for me to buy into the ones that are from like the real life world and let alone gaming. And my thing is that I do believe it is a big possibility that Kojima could be behind this because the dude is a madman. It's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it with Moby Dick Studios. Kojima is absolutely insane. So I would never say that it's not him. I'm just saying, right? I don't know the last time people dug this deep into something. I just feel like it's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a little weird. And especially being in the Discord, which if you're not in the Discord, make sure you get into it. I just see things where it's like I read these things. I'm like, listen, that's a reach and foul. You know what I'm saying? These are reaches. I mean, I'm seeing like I feel like I just entered in the Forex world. You know what I'm saying? Like the charts I be seeing people draw up with little symbols, and I'm like, are you guys really woke, or are we just making nothing out of something out of nothing?
All right, listen. Listen. I mean, I don't know what to tell you because if you haven't looked at the information yourself, let me just say this, right? And no,
Give him like a little summary
I,
of
I mean,
like the
I
evidence
know,
and stuff.
I heard the Press for Our podcast this week. I heard one of the guys went real in depth on everything. I heard everything he said, right? And my problem was that nothing he said sat there and made me be, because again, once we got to the whole, I looked at country's residency to see if this guy exists. At that point, I just feel like you guys are doing so like at that
okay.
point, go play a game at that point. You know what I'm saying?
listen,
Go
man.
touch the grass.
Go touch the grass. I get it. I get all of the nonsense. But listen, okay. So I mean, I guess I can answer questions. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's the best way I could do this. Because when I hear people talk about this and say team fake and all that stuff, I just have answers for everything they're going to say. You feel me? So go ahead. Ask me what you want to ask me, and I'm going to tell you the answer. Go ahead. Ask me.
Again, I really truly I don't have any questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say bloody bag. I 100% agree with you. I don't think we've seen the real game.
That's been stated.
Right?
That's already
I
proven.
know.
He said it.
I don't think I know that they were rushed to release some kind of preview of the game.
That was a backtrack.
Which is not like is very unlike Sony, right? Which makes me I do believe that there is some kind of cover up going on here, right?
Okay.
I just don't know if this. Honestly, I just feel like it got too deep. It got too deep for me as a conspiracy theory to start looking at if this person exists or not. Because again, we're not looking for a secret murderer. We're looking for a game developer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It's
but let me answer that. I'll answer that question, right? Why are people looking it up, right? So you want me to answer that question?
I want to know why are people going to the registries of countries.
Okay, I'll answer the question. So do you know about the translation stuff?
Yes, I do. And then that whole the time that they tweet is like 3:00 in the morning in Japan. Bro, those could be all simple coincidences.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on.
Wait. Because me, I feel like I wouldn't say I'm 50-50, but I feel like I'm more like in the level ground of it. Like I see the evidence and like a case. I see it like a case. I see the evidence. When evidence starts piling up, it makes sense. And to me, there's too many coincidences for this to be fake. Like, to me, it's like Kojima has to be behind this at this point. Like,
damn,
there's no way. And if someone says, that's what I'm saying. To me, it's like if someone were to tell me that that's false, it's kind of harder for me to believe because at this point, there's just too many. 1 or 2, 3, sure. This is like a once in a lifetime type of I can't even fucking say coincidence because it's coincidence, yeah, because there's too many. Like, it's too many. Like, this is like a very random event then at that point because, like, I don't know, you just can't say anything. And to me, the biggest thing about it that just pissed me off was the whole, like, hey, we're doing the reveal. Wait, we're, setting it back for like 2 days. And then, oh, you know what? We need a lot of months to work on it. So we're just going to go back in August. And, like, I was just like, yeah, that kind of sold it for me at that point. Because, like, how could you not know this yourself?
Bro, there's so much, bro. There's so much.
But you said something good there, right?
Go ahead.
You said there's a lot of coincidences, right? Mm-hmm. I do think it's
too many.
I do believe that, right? But I'm gonna step out of my gangster mindset, right? And I'm gonna pull the corporate card on you, right?
All right, let's hear it.
You can't. All coincidences are coincidences. It could be 100 coincidences. I need some kind of fact to pull me in either direction, right?
Okay, what facts do you need?
Like something that links this to Kojima, other than low quality pictures being placed in Discord.
Okay, let me just say one thing, right? And this is no disrespect to people in the Discord or anything, right? What I speak about is the facts. What everyone else be saying, a lot of these things, a lot of people are just going whatever they're going with. You know what I mean? People go deeper and they go crazier with things. Do you see me talking about those things? I don't. I'm on camera. Right. Every time I've been on camera, I say the things I'm saying. That's it. I'm not sitting here going on engaging with any of these weirdos on fucking 4chan or what. I don't do that. I'm here to say the facts. That's it. And if you need the facts, I will tell you because I don't even know where to start to tell somebody something. Because it'll take me all day. You feel me? It'll take me all day to go through it all.
But you're not. That's the problem, right? We could literally plan a day where we sit down and have a podcast just for this, right? because everything you're gonna tell me is just really, really, really convincing coincidences. No facts.
Okay, well,
All right,
listen,
well,
I got you. I'll
hold
give
on.
you one. I'll give you one.
Before you guys go in there, I'm just gonna read a little bit of chat.
Go ahead,
So
rechat.
it
Because
doesn't get lost. So Bloody Bag obviously says Sony's messing with us.
oh god.
Adam Miku, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Apologize. A lot of cognitive bias. And
What does that mean? What does that
Bloody
mean?
Bag saying, yeah, explain. Bloody Bag says Sony wouldn't let those fake games on the PlayStation and PSN like slide. And then Jav said about the reveal that they said it would happen Friday, but then it wasn't ready until August, which we just kind of talked about right now. And then obviously it's all weird. And then Bloody Bag says, remember when Junji Ito, I never say his name right. Junji Ito wanted to start working with Kojima, then it went silent, which I think at that point maybe they are working together. Dun dun dun. But like Karhaman is a super common surname in Turkey. That's what Adomiku says, and then Jab says a lot of coincidences on both sides.
That was a good one. That's a very common surname in Turkey.
Also, everyone has been silent. Only Blue Box has been really saying anything about it. I think there'd be more crown control.
There's nothing else to say. That's why Blue
Caleb
Box
says some of it is probably BS, but with how many coincidences can speak, we have had 2 to 3 weeks is insane. And then Anomiko says there are over 7 billion people in the world. The odds aren't that astronomical. And then Jab says August also happened to be the release date of PT, which may also be a coincidence, but I don't know. And then Kojima and Sony are so silent.
Look, the truth is, right? It's like he said, the only people who are saying anything about this is Blue Box, right? We're not deciphering Da Vinci's code or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about video game on the internet. Literally, man. I could go make a fake Twitter, right? Put a few tweets behind it, pretend to be a studio, and literally egg on Kojima people, because clearly all I have to do is just make myself somewhat resemble Kojima in any which way possible, and clearly you guys will pick it up.
Okay.
I don't think that it's. I honestly, I don't know. I'm dead in the middle. I don't know if this is a Kojima game. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I can tell you one fact for sure. If this comes out and this has no connection to Kojima, and this is just abandoned, flop.
Well, the name is not abandoned for sure. There's that.
What it could come out called Silent Hill for all I care. If it's not made by Kojima, this game will be a flop, 100%.
Oh, bro, no one's asking about that. Right. how you spell this guy's name? Man?
I don't know. Try it, but to me, it's like I will say with this whole like thing, if this turns out to be fake, I do for sure it will mess up Blue Box, for sure. Gotcha, but then again, I feel like they also kind of put that to themselves because they played along with it.
I do agree with Bloody Bag. I definitely think it's interesting, and I like to read what you guys say. But I can't. I'm not team fake or team real. Honestly, I'm just team. This is a little bit much for Blue Box Studios.
All right, but this again, I get it. I listen. I get everyone's things, right? But I'm sorry. There's so much easy ways to debunk this, and going on Twitter and going, "Hey guys, you know, like it's like, bro, this is not the proof. There's so much things they try. Like it's hilarious, bro. All right, so let's go to the first thing. Why people look at this guy's registry and whatever. I'll explain that real quick, right? So if you see on the screen, right, obviously this is a translation. I did it live here. People saw me do it, right? It's from Japanese to Turkish. Karaman, you see it? You see it you'll probably see it on the stream, right?
I see it.
You see it, right? So let's do the same thing, right? We take, how is it again? It's Turkish to Japanese. Let's take, what's his name? Hassan, right? We take this word, copy it from Japan. This is his first name in Japanese. We take the Japanese name, right? Where the hell is it? And then put it to English. Where's English? I can't. Oh, here we go. We take that out. We press place. And it says, I'm waiting. Why does his name translate to I'm waiting, Hideo? But that makes no sense. You know what I mean? Is that crazy to say? Is that weird to say?
One of the most common surnames in Turkey has some kind of relation to the name Hideo?
What do you mean surname?
You just use this
That's his first and last name, sir. That's his first name translates to I'm waiting. The second name translates to Hideo. Why does it say I'm waiting, Hideo? Why is his name translated to that?
Like honestly, at that point, like let's wrap the podcast up because you're literally asking me, right? Why does his name? Ask his mother that he's not the only. That you're just telling me that every single human in the world.
There you go. All right, boom. Okay, listen, I'm gonna show you proof. You choose if you like it or not. And all right, you don't like this one. You like this one, all right? I got you one more. I got you one more.
That's a good
Ademiku
one.
says because you translate it from Turkish to Japanese to English.
Yeah, what?
100%. It's when you sit there and it's hard enough, right? Like I'll speak on Spanish because I speak Spanish. It's hard enough to get an actual translation from English to Spanish, right? And now you're gonna take this phrase, you're gonna translate it from Turkish to Japanese, which already will be a loose translation, and then we're gonna take that loose translation and we're gonna make it slightly more looser and do it again. Like, I mean, come on, let's change it to Spanish to see what it says for.
Okay, let's say you're making a ARG, right? Where do you think people are gonna find their information from? Google Translate. I don't care what it actually translates to. No one cares about that. We just know the biggest place that you're gonna use to translate this to figure out a clue is this, and they know that, and they're gonna do this.
So let me run this straight.
Two things though before you guys start. Caleb says that the first letters in his name are Kojima's initials, and then LMFAO.
H
but
and K.
Ademiku says it's not Hideo, it's a different word. Hideo means great man.
I don't care what it means. I don't care what it means. I don't care what it means. I'm saying right now, I do not care what it means.
You have to care what it means.
I'm not caring what it means. I'm not caring what it means. Hold on.
You are 100%.
Okay, hold on. Why do you mean you don't care?
I don't care what it means. What I care about is what I translate on what it shows me. I don't care what it says. I care about what it shows in bold letters. Why? Because that's what they would do. If someone's gonna make this up, they're gonna use the biggest way how dumb people would see it. They'll see it just like that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, yeah. It's like that's how you have to use it.
Hey, listen, again.
Y'all don't like that one. Y'all don't like it. Listen, I get it. Y'all don't like that one. I got so much more for you guys.
No. All I'm saying, I just want to touch on this one more time, right? His name is Hassan Kahraman, whatever it is, right? I just want to throw this out there.
What does your name mean? What's your name mean, brother? You feel me? Go ahead.
I mean, at this point, if I
no one cares.
If I ask you, you'll translate it 97 times to make it say Hideo Kojima. Like Hassan, very popular name, right?
That's fine. I get it.
Ademiku just told me that Kahraman is one of the most popular surnames in all of Turkey. Like, bro, it's not like this dude has a one in a lifetime name. That
he doesn't. I don't think he does. I know he doesn't. I'm not saying that they made this up. I'm saying they knew this. Someone knew this, and they said, "Yo, let's make that the guy's name." Because we know it translates to that on Google. Like, we know a way to make that sound like that, and we know people will run with it, so let's make that the guy's name. I'm saying right now, I don't think that guy's name is Hassan Karma. I don't think that's real. And if that is his name, they probably just hired him to do it. That's it. I mean, bro, that's what we got. Listen, Kojima's done this before, bro. He's done this. Like, that's why I just can't.
Again, right? I agree with that, which is why I don't say you're just blatantly wrong, right? But I'm sorry, you can't just tell me that Kojima and an entourage of people walked into a room and said, you know what? People are dumb. They're gonna use Google Translate. So let's translate these names between these two very.
I mean, hold on. I will say.
Go ahead. Let her talk. I got something to say.
Google Translate. I mean, it's the biggest place that people go to translate. You don't go into a website or translate.com to do it. You just within Google you use it to translate stuff. So that one, I will agree. It's not like you have to go to a specific website just to get this translation.
I got a point.
It wasn't translated Japanese straight to. It was translated very specifically.
But explain. Let me explain why I did that though, right? Let me explain why I did that, right? Because when I copied it, it gave me this. I don't know how to read that. It gave me this. I translated to English. So I want to see what that means. I'm not gonna put it to Turkish. I can't read Turkish either. So that's the same thing. They know they're American. Listen, Silent Hill is a game that is popular in the American market.
Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. What about for the people who speak Turkish, right? And they don't have.
They're not worried about them. They ain't worried about them. I'll tell you right now. They're worried about the American market. They're worried about the American market. I'll tell you right now. It's just the truth. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. They knew this, and they were going to translate to English. That's what it is. All right, so we can move on to the next one if y'all want to, because I'm telling you right now, this is a fact.
Chat.
Is
Let's see. That is.
Wait, I guess what he's gonna say real quick.
all I'm gonna say is right. Hideo Kojima,
Okay.
a person who is Japanese, right? Sitting here, I can't imagine in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they just completely said, if these people know how to speak this language, well, they can't be a part of the whole conspiracy theory.
Well, yeah, they did.
That's just insane.
Bro, how? Okay, so you're gonna make a conspiracy theory that only has no barrier in language?
Maybe if you're looking into language for your conspiracy.
Let me
go
read chat so then
Go ahead,
can add more to it. I think
I'll get the next one ready.
That's what cognitive bias is. I don't know if we said that. This is all funny and weird. Agreed. This is a lot of fun. It's Sneaky Warrior and Game Hermit says Hassan did make his account private. And Caleb says it's true. It's the most common tool. So if this is an ARG.
ARG.
Oh, okay. Sorry. ARG, they had to take into account that Google Translate is weird, but it's the easiest tool, even if it's crap. I do agree with the crap part, because sometimes it is. And then someone said, I know Miku says, because people are harassing him to Hassan, why he made his account private. And then Bloody Bag said he does this stuff, though. Caleb does say that it would make sense about the English because the game is based on a real town here in the U.S.
That's true. It does. Silent Hill takes place.
And
yep,
then
exactly.
Kojima's Instagram also, he's been playing with us in there. And
Centralia, Pennsylvania. Yep, Centralia is a real place. I know about it.
I got a few questions for you guys real quick, right? First things first, Kojima playing along with this don't mean nothing because you guys are making a whole Twitter trend about this. So he knows it's happening, and even if he's not a part of it, it would be so Kojima like just to be that person to egg it on, right? My question is, hold up,
He didn't say nothing. He never said anything. But all right, go ahead.
No. I believe that. I believe that, but I believe he will drop subliminals to make you guys feel some type of way. You feel me? I just want to know. Hold on, right. You guys said something here, right? Who is it? Game Hermit 5050 said Hassan did make his account private. Okay. So does Hassan exist or not? Because you're telling me he does. Oh my
god, he's an actor, bro. He's fake. Yes, that person you see on camera, that's not a fucking CGI model. It's a human. But he's fake, bro. He's fake. He's not real.
If you're telling me that, that's
what? What's so funny about that?
So the actor is running the channel too. He's running the guy's Twitter channel. That he's doing that as well. That's not being handled by, I don't know.
Bro, the Twitter, he has no Twitter. That's right. He has no Twitter. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just Blue Box or
Blue Box Game
Studios. The company's name. So honestly, it's just a company. If it's a company and maybe they have a social media person and that's the person that's been writing all this stuff, and maybe that's why they'll blame it on them and tell them that it's their fault about the conspiracy.
Bloody Bag, I don't think Sony has shut this down because again, there's nothing to shut down. What are they supposed to do? Just stop a bunch of conspiracy theories?
No, they don't want to ruin the surprise. That's it.
It's no surprise, right? Why would Sony? This is all hype for Sony. This
okay,
is all August.
I want to say one thing. Let me say one thing real quick, right? Because you mentioned the whole thing of like all this stuff, bro. You understand? Like Hideo Kojima makes games that are about like literally Metal Gear Solid 2. The entire point of it is about this exact moment that's happening right now. The entire game is about this, and he loves this shit. And he has done this over and over again.
Hold on, I just out there. I want chat to know. I know he's a human acting there. I don't think he's CGI. I'm just saying you guys. About making Twitter's private, so I just want you guys.
His Twitter's not private. They're talking about his PlayStation. He's fuck. I can't talk. He hid his activity on PlayStation, which is sus, for many reasons. Because he played games on his PlayStation called Demon Blood that had a picture of a Siren Head thing, and then they changed the name to Siren Head. He's playing games that don't exist. There's a lot of weird shit, bro. And he's hiding it. He's unhiding it. It's really weird. Okay, but let me say one thing, right?
To me, the only thing I could say, like, just to play maybe a little devil's advocate, not really, on that is that, well, I mean, he does work on games, so would it be really weird for a person who works in developing games to be playing games that are not out there yet on the console that they're gonna come out in?
That's a decent point, but the problem is the Siren Head game, right? Junji Ito, right? The guy we keep mentioning. The guy who clearly said he's going to work with Kojima or wanted to work with Kojima on a horror game.
He said he wanted to.
He said he was talking about the Siren Head thing. He was there's interviews or something like that of him talking about Siren Head or whatever, his fascination with Siren Head or whatever. Again, a coincidence. So you guys, y'all can say coincidences, whatever. But hey, whatever. It may be a coincidence. But one of the guys who were supposed to be doing the art for the game likes Siren Head and like is like really big fan of Siren Head, and it's it's one of the games that this guy played that doesn't exist, that no one has zero. The problem is, listen, right? Because you said, oh, they can be playing unreleased games. That's fine, right? Okay, show me where do you see development for a game called Demon Blood or Siren Head? Where is it at? Show me. It doesn't exist. There's no game that exists.
Maybe that's the surprise.
Okay, whatever. Okay. So what I want to say about
Maybe
MGS2.
Junji Ito is like, you know what? I'm it, guys. I'm the one running this whole thing.
Let me say about
Was just at his house sleeping, not doing nothing.
what?
Or maybe Hideo Kojima is just at his house working on their next game, just not worried about this at all. Because
Then I'm gonna tell you right now. You know why that's 100%? That could be 100% true, right? Because they literally have people on their team. There's a guy named, I forget the guy's name. People probably know in chat. But there's a guy who works on ARGs. His whole point of his job is to work on stuff like this, on ARGs. So yeah, I believe Hideo's not even paying attention to this. He probably set it all up. He worked with him on this thing for years and years. But like, he probably touched upon it, but he's not the one actively doing it. He has a team doing it, not him. I mean, obviously, that's not crazy to think.
I just say, like I said, for me right now, I'm 50-50. I would, if you would like to do another special episode where we talk about this, I'd love to dive super deep into this, because like I said, I don't think that he's not behind it, but I just think if he's behind it, he's behind it. I think some of the reaching that's being done is definitely just
That's
reaches.
fine. Listen, I'm telling you right now. Yes, again, there's a lot of nonsensical things that people do, and that's what makes us worse. Is because people are like dumb and like believe really stupid things. Because how you said, anyone can see the hype that's going on now and just make a random Twitter and do this and that. But people are so dumb, they fall for it. Like that. But there's things that are obviously like not real, and there's things that are obviously like there's something going up. Like there's clearly something going up, but there's things that are stupid. And the problem is there's a lot of people just saying a lot of random things. But from the beginning, there was core actual truths, and then people were, they got caught up on, a lot of weird forums with a lot of people who are just way too crazy and brought it to the next level. So like, nah, I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the real stuff only.
I just want to touch real quick on the chat, because Jab.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Jab said, even if it isn't Silent Hill, I want to see what it is. And Caleb said it's pure marketing. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I hope and pray that it is Silent Hill or in some way connected to Kojima. Because if it isn't, no matter what it is, it's gonna flop, because there's way too much hype around this. And if this comes out that this is not connected to Kojima, dead in the water.
I don't think this thing. But the problem is the biggest issue is that Abandon isn't anything. That is not the name of the game. There's actually been no footage release of the game. No one knows what this is. There's been nothing that has ever been released about this game that's actual proof or anything. And they have said it themselves. Blue Box Game Studios have said this stuff themselves. The trailer was made off of assets that was $35 on the Epic's what's it called, the Unreal Engine. No, the Unreal Engine, which is Epic Games owns that. But yeah, so it's like there's just so much of that. But I'll also say MGS2. The entire point of MGS2 is that with the internet age and all that stuff, like the idea of like fake news and all this stuff. And that game came out before 9/11 happened, and like it was about like that whole idea of like how on the internet there's a whole bunch of half truths, and like there's things that are true but in a slightly, and like they're fake. Well, the whole game's about that. The entire thing's about that stuff. You can look it up. And Kojima loves this stuff. He obviously has done this. He practiced his love for this stuff already. So I would not be surprised if he's doing this. I just want to say this, right? Because we got our boy Ant at 50%. I just want to, before we move on to the next topic, I just want to have him at a 60. You feel me? I want to have him at 60%. And I think with this next thing, you guys all know this in the chat, but I just want to show this and present this to him, because this to me is like, all right, like this is crazy. But we'll get into it right now, right? So there's this, okay, so right, Blue Box Game Studios. Hassan has stated that there's 50 people that work at the studio or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Jason Schreier had an interview with him basically, and they talked about a lot of stuff. He pressured him on this one. He said, you said that you have 50 people working there. And he said, oh, it's actually just 10 of my friends. It's just me and my friends, 10 of them. And then the rest of the people are all outsourced companies, and I'm only going to name 2 of them. So he only named two studios that work with him, basically, like working on outsourcing, helping them make the game, basically, right? And the 2 things he named was some, it's in the article here somewhere, but it's basically one studio, and then this one, Noir Studio, right? So the interesting thing about Noir Studio, right, is that they tweeted a tweet of a blue box on June 18th, right? They tweeted an emoji of a blue box, right? Okay, there's that. But the issue is this article where he revealed that he worked with that company was published on June 21st, right? And that tweet came out on June 18th, right? All right, whatever. That's it, whatever, right? So the next weird thing about this is that
Hold on. I didn't ask you a question, right?
Go ahead, ask the question.
You said the next weird thing. What was the first weird thing?
That they tweeted a blue box before he ever like mentioned that ever publicly.
They weren't working together.
Huh?
That doesn't mean they weren't working.
No, they
together.
were working together, but I'm saying they just tweeted a cryptic just blue box by itself.
Okay.
I mean that's just a little hint. Like again, they're
Well, a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could it have been that Noir knew that Hassan was doing this interview? Question mark.
I mean, this was June 18th. That came out on the 21st. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. But okay, it gets weirder, right?
Because remember, hold on. Because to me, remember, articles are not written 5 minutes before they.
No, I know that. I know. I get that. Listen, I get that. Hey, Jason Schreier works hard. I get that.
Nah, Valeria, nah. The conspiracies.
Okay, don't worry about that.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Okay, up next, right? Up next. Let's get. Okay. Let me just say this real quick about this tweet. This tweet was tweeted from Tweetbot for Mac. Tweetbot for Mac, right? Every other tweet on this page, all they tweet is pictures of concept art. First of all, they don't tweet anything about like any of these new. They tweet out pictures of concept art and random things like that, right? All the other tweets are not from Tweetbot. They're from Twitter, just from Twitter. You feel me? So obviously that blue box tweet was tweeted from somewhere else, from where they regularly tweet from, right? And guess what? This studio has came on camera and defending them, basically. Not even defending. They made this weird-ass video of them just like, hey, guys, we're Noir Studio, and we're working with blah, 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 our friends, and blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Like, it wasn't really defending. They were like, oh, we're real people, whatever. It's like the crazy part about this, they were trying to deflect it because it's like no one was ever asking if Noir Studio is real because Noir Studio is real, right? So let's get to how real Noir Studio is, right? Noir Studio, remember, Abandoned is supposed to be a shitty little indie studio. These guys never made a AAA game or anything big, right? Noir Studio only works on, from what I can tell, Avengers, Halo Infinite, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Vainglory, Death Stranding, Elder Scrolls, the card game. The thing you have to understand about all these games, ginormous budgets. Ginormous budgets.
They worked with Kojima
before. Where the fuck do you see that they work on little baby bitch, like, games? I don't see that. I don't see that anywhere. I don't see anywhere that they show that they do that. Okay, right?
Okay,
Huh?
Go ahead.
So let me get to the next part, right? So remember the video I mentioned, right? Remember the video I mentioned about they like said like, oh, hey guys, whatever, right? Who we are. You know what's very interesting about this tweet? It was never posted on their own page. It was just retweet. It was posted on Blue Box's thing and retweeted by them. That's it. Again, it's strange. It's just strange. I just think it's a weird thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But okay, then I think that those all things are really weird. But I think the weirdest thing is this. You see, they're following 10 people, right? Only 10 people. Now watch this. Social Blade. Listen, okay, again, you could call this a coincidence. Again, this next thing, you could say whatever you want about say about it, right? What the hell is their name? Noir Studio, right? Noir Studio. That's their @ name, right? We're gonna look at Social Blade. What Social Blade is, it's a tracker of like social media stuff. Like it follows everything that's happening, right? So we're talking about June 16, 17, 18, 19, right? They were following 619 people, around like 619 to 621 people, right? Out of nowhere, on the 23rd and the 24th, they unfollowed about 600 and something people on those 2 days, right? 600, whatever, right? They followed that many accounts after they started talking about all this stuff, right? And guess who they are still following only? Oh my God, I can't do this.
Let him guess.
You want to guess who are the people amongst those 10 people who they're following?
Hassan's 10 friends.
No. Okay, so that would have been crazy.
Good
First
guess,
of all,
good guess,
that was
good
a great
guess.
guess. That was a great guess. No, but they're following other people, but the main two people they're following is Blue Box Game Studios and Hideo Kojima. Those are the two people they're following that are very important. Okay, because you know what's funny is because you said the joke about the 10 people that work at his studio. The problem is they have never stated who are these people. They've never said no names. There's never been.
He said they're friends, correct?
He said that they're his friends or something. It's just like, what? Okay, who
But
are
who the
they?
heck are your
What,
friends?
yeah, have they worked on anything else? Who are these people? Like any of that. None of that makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. So again, that's the Noir Studio situation. I don't know what you think about it. If you still think I'm crazy, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still 50-50. I mean,
Not 60%. Not the 60 didn't pop up a little bit.
nah,
Why?
nah,
Why? Go ahead. Explain.
because it's just right. Okay, listen. Again, all very weird things, right?
Okay, but what?
It's all weird
on.
things, but I mean, come on, bro. Like we could. It's just I don't know. It's nothing at all factual that really makes me believe
He wants
that
a big, solid proof.
literally anything. Because I mean,
But
again,
what? What do you mean?
because again, the problem is I'm 50-50, so I have no opinion in this right now, right?
Uh-huh.
So you want to lean me more to 60-40. I need proof that something that this is truly connected to somebody, because as of right now, I don't believe this is real or not real. Again, if you want me to believe that Kojima is not a part of this, I need proof of this too, because it's a lot of weird stuff happening.
Okay, that's
But
what I'm saying.
But it's not weird enough for me to just be like, yo, that's it, 100%. This is Kojima.
I'm just literally
okay,
telling you this
yeah,
man could go on and on and on about more stuff, but I'm just gonna go on chat real quick. And Caleb said big companies and one big mystery that backed basically their stuff, while Kickstarter goal out of nowhere some years ago, and they had no real full games at this point.
Yep.
And then Game Hermit said, "Yo, Hassan, if you're watching, now would be the time."
At this point, he probably is watching.
He is. I know he is.
Aniki and hi, I hope I said your name right. Hassan said they'll help work with a lot of games, but there's no other games that are credited to them.
Yep. They said in the past years they worked on other games, blah blah blah. Where the hell is your credit? It doesn't exist.
And then Bloody Bag also says that AAA games take more than 10 people to be done. But to be fair, he did say he has more people. It's just 10 people who are like his core.
Outsourced.
Like he didn't hire out.
And then so then when his outsourced studios are literally a ginormous studio that works with only like AAA games. All right, go ahead.
And then Al says, "Oh, what about the 250K budget? It's impossible just to get Noir with all the games budgets."
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The answers that we need from Blue Box Game Studios are not the answers we need to get. But instead, we get the guy just sitting there going like, "Hey, guy," like they're just the most basic videos. Like, bro, you could easily just be like, "Here's everyone, blah blah blah." Like, hey, this is what it is.
I
just
can
say
make a video like that.
Yeah, he's like by a wall. Like, bro, it just looks like it's supposed to be like he's hiding something. Like,
To me, honestly, if I were to show someone that this is real, I would literally just go live or go on Twitter, make a video. "Hey guys, these are my friends. These are us. We're here at the studio. Look at us working. This is this person. This is this. Like, we're not gonna give you anything, obviously, because we want to keep it a secret. But look, this is where we work," or something like that. Not a hotel-looking ass wall that looks like those like fake YouTube apologies. That's what it looked like.
I bet he got to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
here we go. Oh, but man pops up with the night. I'll pull up the little picture he has where he's like with the
little turtleneck.
the white
He's missing his little
turtleneck.
chain.
He has a white turtleneck. He's looking
just
like Drake, bro. He looks like a model, bro. Dude looks like a
A
model.
little heart. And yeah, he looks like a model. I'm sorry. I will say this. I'm a little thirsty for Hassan. I don't care.
All right.
Maybe that's the reason why I wouldn't believe this. All right. But to me, it's like, no offense, but it's like, he looks young too. Like, how young? Like, how good is this game that you're working on for you to be that small and young? And
Let me ask you guys a question, right?
Go ask the question.
This is a Sony exclusive, right? Like that's been confirmed.
Oh, bro. I listen. That's what was stated in the trailer. That doesn't exist. So go ahead. You know what I mean?
Like I say, if this is a Sony exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be that weird, right?
Uh-huh.
For Sony to have a team working on any title that they could get a studio like Noir behind them to help make this game. I you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be weird for Sony to have the pool to help IP that they're working on. I don't think it necessarily What if it's
Oh.
just another IP has nothing to do with Kojima? Like, what? I just, I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
gameplay
hold on.
from
Let me
Silent Hill.
let me say one
It's
thing real quick.
another
I want to give a huge rebuttal to Ant real quick, right? Because you're saying the Sony situation, right? Hassan in the interview, right, with our boy Jason Schreier, he said he asked him like, how the hell do you work with Sony? This is his answer. The stupidest thing I heard in my life. Okay, so Blue Box tries to raise under $12,000 from a Kickstarter, right, in 2015 to make a horror game, right? And they said the crowdfunding project only ended with $207.
Is that confirmed?
That's what he said himself. This is what he said in the interview.
And
It can't.
camera.
Oh, okay, hold on.
I think it's because you guys do push
Yeah.
to talk. I think it messes up.
I think it's that too.
But yeah, what are you gonna say, Ant?
Is that confirmed?
That's
I
what he
mean,
said. I could read the article. I could read the quote again if you want me to read it word for word.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
What?
So you guys can look at registries of countries to find residency, but you can't tell me if that's confirmed, because if that's
That
confirmed,
is confirmed. What do you mean?
it's confirmed that he tried to make a Kickstarter. So then why in the world would you guys assume that Blue Box, if they've had a history of failing to attempt to make a game, why would you immediately assume that the same studio that failed in 2015 with a Kickstarter is the same studio that is sitting here making a Kojima game? Like,
Because
why, if we have-
Kojima made it, goofball. Like, come on.
It doesn't mean that he probably isn't working on it himself. And I will say
Kojima
though,
made this.
Uh
Oh, go ahead. Go
no, go ahead.
I can't hear
Kojima
you,
made this.
but-
Then there's no. Well, you can't hear who? Me?
My fault. Yeah, I think it's the push to talk. It just keeps kind of like cutting you guys out. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying if Kojima made this, right,
Uh-huh.
then there will be no failed Kickstarter in 2015. If there was a failed 2015
Okay,
Kickstarter
but
for Blue
Ant,
Box,
they made it as a fucking marketing scheme. Come on, bro. That's the point. That is the point of all this. It's a marketing scheme. It's not. I'm not saying they made this like he was making this trying to be successful. That's not the point. The point is what's happening right now. This is what he wanted to happen.
let me ask you a question, right? You're telling me that in 2015, Kojima failed that Kickstarter on purpose, right?
Yes, because this studio is in Netherlands, right? And guess where he got the Decima engine from? From Netherlands. He got it from Guerrilla Games. This is in 2015 is when he started, when he left Konami and did all this stuff. He
think
started
he
this from
lost
the beginning. What?
2015. Are you serious? That like he was still in development with Death Stranding. Like
That
this
does not
would've made more
matter,
sense for
bro.
It would make more sense for Death Stranding to have a cryptic release than for him to have a completely normal release with Death Stranding and then just out of nowhere in 2015 start pre-planning the next game's release
I do think
Would
that
have
that's
failed-
definitely. With the
of
what?
$200. It would have failed Kickstarter of $200. Like what?
I mean, that's the point again, bro. I don't understand how that is making you like confused, bro. Like that, literally, that's like easy to plan out.
I'm
Bro,
gonna read
listen,
some
Ant,
chat real
right?
quick,
So
'cause I
it's
think
low cost.
someone's
Listen,
gonna, like,
hold up.
The Ant thing.
Listen, it's a whole. Listen, the reason why I know why I believe it's more fake because of the Kickstarter is because let's say we're trying to make this up, right? The best way to do it. All right, we're gonna act like we made $200 in this thing because you put $15,000 or whatever they wanted for it, right? $12,000, right? And you're like, all right, let's pay $207 for the thing, and like it failed, whatever. Let's act again. It's just easy to control yourself by yourself to do it, you know. I don't know. I just feel that's easy to do. Versus if you said like, oh, it was a successful campaign and blah blah blah, whatever. It's like okay, that would be different. But all right, go ahead, read the chats.
Okay, so we were
Go- yeah,
thirsting
you
a
go-
little over Hassan, of course. Bro looks like a model. Way too good looking to be a game developer. He looks like a bouncer. Love little Miss Morpho's comment. Hassan means handsome when translated.
Cute. All right,
So you didn't get that one, huh? You didn't get that translation coming out.
it's like something like that. I don't know.
They're only translations they want.
Bloodybag says we're playing this game this year. They said Jeff Keighley has something to do with this also. Brax12 says he stated that he had a private investor invest on this. And then Jab says, didn't they say Abandon was a Q4, so quarter 4 2021, and they hadn't shown the actual game? Aniki says, oh yeah, we're very active at night, like 2 to 5 a.m. if they're in the Netherlands. But if they're in Japan, that's around 9 to 12 a.m.
Yep, work time.
Playback says all AAA games we've seen already have dates or to be announced. This game's coming out this year and we've seen nothing. Come on, this is a huge secret. Red Hood 420 says private investor pulled out. The 2015 was the year that Silent Hill was supposedly canceled as well. Adamiku though says that I don't think you can use Kickstarter that way, like how you're saying, Berto, like with the whole like making it up and just
How
making
can
it
you not
fail.
do that?
You
Just-
definitely
you
do
don't
that.
think you can use it that way?
I mean, you could definitely do that. Anyone
Red
can do
Hood
that.
You
says
can.
420. Why is Sony funding a no-name indie studio like a first-party studio?
Exactly.
And he was already in talks with Junji Ito already in 2015. So maybe this isn't Silent. To me, I don't think it's Silent Hill. Maybe he is working with Junji Ito, and they're
But
just gonna be like,
Junji Ito, that's he'll be making Silent Hill then, or at
maybe
least a
he
horror
could be
game for
helping
sure.
him.
Exactly. That would have to be that if that's the case.
And Al says, yeah, when talking about the private investor, he can't say who and can't say who more is working on the project, and they can't say anything else on the game.
Yeah, exactly. My problem is, let's get this out the way, right?
Oh wait. Harvey
Wait.
says the Kickstarter didn't fail.
Uh huh.
If you look up at Kickstarter, because it's still up, it says it was canceled, and that a big studio is funding it.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't say failed.
Right. just,
Huh?
just to help educate the. I want to help educate the chat a little bit, right? Red Hood, 420 studios outsource other studios all the time. That's probably the most realistic thing in this whole conspiracy theory.
You said what?
I
So
said
that's
that
the most
them-
realistic thing.
Yeah, it's you, Alberto, because I hear Valeria fine. She doesn't. cut out.
I
She
think
hears
no.
me.
I think the issue is I watch you guys on my OBS and like you guys start moving your bodies first and then I hear you after and I keep thinking like you're cutting off. So I'll just stop looking at you guys on there.
Maybe.
Why is the studio having outsourced studios? I just want him to know that is so common. That like I
Okay.
said, the whole
Okay, but why them though? But why that company? Why that small ass indie studio? Why do they get that privilege? I just don't get it. Again, if they're saying this is the reason why they got the funding from Sony is because of this failed Kickstarter that made $200 or canceled Kickstarter or whatever. I mean, hey, there you go. I don't know. That makes no sense to me.
I say we bring Sony to the podcast and ask them.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Come on.
Shuhei
This point,
Yoshida. Get him on
You
the
guys might as well
podcast.
just find Hideo Kojima's number, and we'll just call him next week because
Oh yeah.
found out everything. else.
No, you know what? I'm gonna bring Hassan. I'm like gonna be like, look, you look like an IG model. I'm pretty sure I can find you on like IG real quick and be like, come on down. Come talk.
Bro, I'm telling you, his PlayStation picture is light skin, bro. He's like this. He's in the car. You feel me? Like with his eyes low and stuff. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. This guy's not real, dude. This is mad fake.
God forbid a gamer tries to take care of themselves and not
Yeah,
No,
here
God,
we go. Here we go.
look like a gamer.
Man. Listen.
Topic.
Oh, you said next topic? That's it? You done?
Y'all had about 45 minutes to sell me, and I left with nothing.
Bro, I can't
said
believe that
50%.
you bro, you're the worst, bro. You're literally the worst because I feel like, I don't know. Listen, I'll just say this last thing before we move on, right? I want to just ask Ant. I'm going to ask Ant. I'm going to ask Little. I'm going to ask you guys both this question, right? Let's say that it is #team fake. Let's say you are under the pressure. You're stressed, like he says in the video. He's about to cry. You feel me? Oh my God. He's on the videos. Everyone's on making news things like, oh, they're crying. They're so sad for him. Look at this guy. He's so stressed, right? Wouldn't you just go like, listen, the game is not abandoned. It's called this, blah, blah, blah. Because they've already said that the name of the game isn't abandoned. It isn't this, it isn't that, whatever. Just say what it is at this point then. If you really, like, if you care that much and it's hurting you so bad, I'm pretty sure whoever has you under NDA would be like, that's fine. Just say what it is. Because you don't matter. You're making an indie game. Who cares about what you're making then? Just say it then. If you guys are so stressed and people are bothering so much and your heart's broken and the harassment, bro, I'm telling you, this is fake, bro. This is fake. No one's like, it just doesn't make any sense. This is all planned. They were never gonna release no app on that day. That was all a fake thing. What happened was they dropped the trailer. They got buzz for it being Silent Hill. That was good. Guess what happened? But the buzz fell down, right? Then they started being cryptic again. It went back up again. They had people hype. Oh, we're gonna drop this trailer, and they just knew they were never gonna do this anyways. I think it was originally gonna come out in August or wherever it's gonna be released. It was gonna always be that day. And they're just messing around with the people and making the hype go up and down, and they're doing it on purpose. And yeah, like I said, they're being silent now. They're being kind of quiet, whatever. This is exactly what you would think they do. And again, how do you cancel something on the day of? You're supposed to come out on Friday, right? and you go, and not again, you don't go at a random time on Sunday and say it. No, I can pull up the time from you. He went on at 10 a.m. on the dot to drop that video. On the dot, it came out at 10 a.m. that day.
Wait, hold on. I mean, for the 10 on the dot thing, I will say, in that defense, I mean, like I said, to me, that kind of is what sold me. But to the defense of the 10 a.m. thing that you say, I honestly, if I had a company and did all that, I would also time stuff to be on the dot of something. I'm not saying that he probably didn't have that ready. Obviously, you have that ready and you just put it at a time that you know people are going to be more active in there and you tweet it out at that time. As a person like that, I don't know, I feel like if I worked at a company and I were to do like messages or statements, like things that are big announcements, I would definitely time it
so
at a time.
you're saying, okay,
me,
hold on. So you're saying,
no.
so you're saying he's if you're a responsible person, blah, 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 right? So let me ask you the next question, right? You'll schedule this and that. Why wouldn't you cancel your game a day before, 2 days before?
And listen,
why cancel
like
it the morning of?
To me, like I said, that was the thing that sold me. Like, okay, this is like stupid as fuck. 100% to me. Like I said, but I'm just going off with the time thing. It's like, just don't. Like, to me, like the time thing's like, no, that doesn't matter. But I do agree 100% about, yes, this should have been done the day of when they said the first delay. That's when that last video of them talking about the big delay should have been done. They shouldn't have said, oh, now it's on Friday. That exact day, they should have been like, hey, you know what? We're in over our heads. Sorry, guys. The game's still not done. I understand we hyped you up and whatever. And I'm pretty sure that would have helped their case way more.
Yeah. I'm a scoop down to your level, right? How do you know that just because he announced the game being canceled that day doesn't mean that him and the team didn't have the idea that it needed to be canceled long before? That's just the day he chose to announce it. With all the conspiracy theories that, because we already know, right, that they are notorious for trying to egg things on, right? So it wouldn't be out of character for them to have that canceled day before and just drop that video that time because you guys are already making so much out of nothing.
My problem is this. Someone said it in the comments. I saw it pass by real quick, right? Yeah, shout out to the guy who said this, right? But how do you go on Twitter? And you guys are saying these are responsible people, blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. Oh, well, you know, well, she said.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said that's the whole time frame thing.
Okay,
take it out of your thing.
Okay,
take
listen.
it out of your topic. It doesn't matter.
I don't care, bro. That's weird. To be fair, remember, hey, I would say
it's
this right.
It's not weird.
I always say about the time thing, right? Ant, remember when I called you? I was on the phone with you the day of when this was coming out, and I remember I was like, "Yo, there's a countdown going on right now from a random YouTube channel." Right?
I remember telling you before that was fake. That was not.
That was fake. That's not real. Whatever, right? But guess what happened when I'm not saying this channel had anything to do with it, right? But all I'm saying is that when that clock hit 0 on that channel, this video went up on Twitter.
See, so then to me, that's what you say before you say, oh, they put it out at 10 a.m. That's weird. You say, hey, there was a countdown because, and then after the countdown, this happened because then that gives you more like proof in my opinion
that was all,
about your theory.
Hey, listen, I'm manipulating you just like they are too about
weird.
Anticipation.
Now, what if I told you, right?
That was not anticipation,
bro. What if I told you this, right? What if I took, all right, Hideo Kojima out, right? And we took Hassan out, and I said, "This is very out of character for Sony."
Okay, what does that mean?
Character for Sony.
What does that mean?
Well, even more proving the fact that this probably isn't anything that you guys think it is. Why in the world would Sony allow this to go on this long? For what?
Because Hideo Kojima told them to.
Hey, listen. I mean, if Hideo Kojima is behind it, that would be the only reason it would make sense. But it just as equally believable would be Sony actually has nothing to do with this at all.
I mean, Sony is the people who, is promoting this, had the PlayStation blog about it and all that stuff.
Since we're talking about Sony, Red Hood says Sony and Konami would have already said something by now. And then Jab says especially Konami because they would either do a cease and desist or they would have said already that they had no connection.
But I'm saying right now, Konami is Nintendo without being Nintendo. Konami will sit here and sue anyone, even us, bro. We'll probably get sued right now if we're talking bad about that shit.
Guess what? Sue us. Sue them for what? We've never seen nothing about this. There's nothing to sue. The reason Sony and Konami haven't said anything is because there's nothing to say. We haven't seen anything. We have no.
I will say this. Let me say I have something to say.
I will kind of agree with Ant there about the cease and desist because they never Yes, they made the little clue about, oh, it starts with an S and it ends with an L, guys. But because they never said Silent Hill, if you're looking at it in like a lawyer's perspective, it's like, what could you possibly go through and say, here's a cease and desist, guys,
I
because you
get
guys
that.
said
Listen, I get that.
Cease and desist.
to give him that one.
Delete your tweet.
I get that, but listen, right? But listen, right? All I'll say is this, right? Because someone said in the chat, they said that because remember in April the trailer came out, people were saying it then, and they made a comment about it then, and they said, "Hey, this is not Silent Hill, this is not Kojima." They said the same thing back in that day, right? So why, when you already know people are already thinking that, why make that tweet? If people have already said this months ago that this is Silent Hill, why go on Twitter and be like, haha, it's Silent Hill? Like, what? Doesn't make any sense. You know?
But they say that.
They said it starts with S and ends with L. They said abandon equals.
There's so many words. But that's all
Okay,
I'm saying, like,
I get that.
into
But
the
why
first
do
thing,
that when you know that, you know?
Trolls.
Marketing. What? Why would you not?
But to me, if this is a whole marketing skin, this is a L for Blue Box, a big L, and it's like,
I'm sorry, my problem is I can't even get to that point and be like, this is an L for Blue Box, because Blue Box don't exist. I'm sorry, it just don't exist, because who are the people who work there other than Hassan? No one else works there supposedly. They don't make no games. They made weird ass apps that have the handprint from Death Stranding as their logo. Like, come on, bro. And they have another fitness app and it says PT on it. It's like, dude, there's so much things that are just BS. Like, their logo is literally the PlayStation logo. It's like, dude, come on, man. Has anyone seen the logo? This is my next thing I want to say, right? Because if anyone wants to say about
show it to Ant. Show it, because I haven't seen it. You're going to talk about the logo?
Oh, no, I'm going to just say this. I'm going to say about this logo, right? Because if anyone wants to be like, oh, like whatever, like they're, like, you know, they've existed, or you want to say whatever you want to say, right? All I'm going to say is this. That logo of the Blue Box Game Studios things has only existed now for this whole situation. That isn't, that again, so that's why, in my opinion, I feel like that's all a play on the Sony thing. And it's just a joke, you know? But hey, it is what it is.
Okay, last things from chat. I guess that we're gonna
we'll move on. We'll move on.
After, I'm just gonna read them and then we'll move on. Let's see. Yeah, so if it wasn't Kojima, it is now. Konami has said stuff in the past before. Sony, and then Adamiku says, which I think this is the best thing to leave it at, is Sony hasn't said anything because they know they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't.
I guess.
I mean, or maybe they just have nothing to do with it, but.
I mean, but they're working on the game, but all right.
All right.
If anyone's gonna say anything, it has to be Sony, because they're the ones working on the game. Kojima has to say nothing, because again, they're actually not tied to this, like, on paper. But PlayStation is. Shuhei Yoshida, the guy who runs all the indie games, he could have said something, but they haven't said anything. Nobody said nothing. The only person saying anything is this guy who no one knows anything about. That's it. But hey,
what I'm gonna say is, right, I hope this game is connected to Kojima and something fancy, because if not, credibility is gonna look a lot spooky when this game come out and it's nothing connected to no one.
Again, so I know we keep saying we move to the next thing. I just want to say one last thing. This is for sure the last thing I'm gonna say, because I saw this today. Because I saw a video about this. He was like showing off like the last his Moby Dick thing he did in 2012, which is nearly a decade ago, right? And they were talking about how, like, oh, the reason why this isn't anything is because if you watch the video of the Hakeem, whatever, the guy who basically was the actor who literally is the same situation where it was a guy who was acting like he's a game dev or whatever, and he made a video with Jeff Keighley, but like it was very playful and you could kind of tell that it was fake, and like the clues were a little bit more obvious back then, right? And the guy, he's saying like, oh, Kojima's never went to this extent and blah 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 whatever. But my thing to all that is this. Wouldn't you think that he would go to this extent now? Literally, Kojima has said that he was not happy that everyone figured out the PT thing within hours of it dropping. Like, that was not cool with him. He did not like that at all. You feel me? So I'm pretty sure, like, this, to me, this is what I'm saying. This is why I believe it so much more. Is because if I was in the shoes of a creator who wants to manipulate an audience and is into this shit, you're going to make it as crazy and as deliberate, and you want to just trick people. Bro, this Hassan guy talked to a YouTuber. A random YouTuber, this guy named MBG. Why would this guy talk to him? That just doesn't make any, again, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just a lot of weird shit. Like, I feel like they were just on tour with this guy and making him talk to outlets and just like, yo, just say this, say this, say this, say this, say this. To me, it's all a setup. It is what it is. Team Real in the house. JC King, I see you. You feel me? Let's go.
I just want to throw this out there, right? Atomiku, I respect you because I want in my heart to believe that this is Kojima and this is a Silent Hill game. I just, I have to wait a little bit longer. Maybe we'll have a touch-up topic on this when some other news breaks or something.
We will. But let's move on to the next topic here. I don't know if Little, you have anything to say? Any closing thoughts?
Move on.
All right. All right. The next things we have are kind of a little bit more boring news, to be honest, after we talked about this crazy stuff. But we got Smash DLC. Yippee, yippee. We're going to talk about Smash. That's cool. Yeah, so the Kazuya thing happened for Smash, where they showed off his movesets and whatever. And then basically they showed the DLC costumes for the new Mii characters and like their Dante and Shantae and Lloyd and all these people that people wanted, and people are crying because there's only one slot left and they wanted it to be Dante or this person or that person. Everyone's still hoping for Sora at this point because they didn't make a Sora skin. All I gotta say is awesome new character for Smash. I'm very happy that we got Tekken representation in Smash. I love more fighting game representation in Smash. When it comes to all the costumes and everything, guys, who cares? I don't care. It's whatever.
Honestly, I play Smash when I did play Smash, I played like 800 hours in it, sadly. But I play competitively, so I don't acknowledge Mii characters in no way, shape, or form. And so that right there, that's just if you play with items and you use Mii characters, have fun. But for the fighting, for the characters and everything, honestly, I'm happy to see such a heavy representation of fighting game characters in this Smash. I think it's good. I love when I see Smash fanboys complain about it because they play Smash. They have no exposure to actual fighting games and knowing fighting game terminology. So I honestly would be so happy if the last character is a Mortal Kombat character.
No, me too.
As a thumbs up to the fighting game community and as a middle finger to the Smash fanboys who aren't even good at Smash in the first place.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm on the same thing. The last character, because there's only one slot left, literally, everyone has one option. You have one option to put in the game. People want to put Sora. Sora, again, I get it. People are fans of that. But like Sora, this person, that person, Waluigi. It better not be Waluigi. I'll be really mad. All these random ass people. Even I love Crash Bandicoot. And like Crash Bandicoot was the person I would love to have in Smash as a kid. And now it would be cool if he was there. But guess what? It has one slot left. The one slot has to go to either Scorpion or Sub-Zero. I don't care what anyone says.
Listen, I love Kingdom Hearts. I have a lot to say about Kingdom Hearts 3, but 1 and 2 are like games I love so much. If Sora is the last character, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be mad. That slot needs to go to Sub-Zero. He is the last piece missing. He is the most PG out of Mortal Kombat, and he fits that ice mechanic is not one that's in Smash yet, but we have Smash clones like in Brawlout and stuff like that. I think that Sub-Zero is the character for Smash, the last one. And if they do that, I will stick to my guns even harder that Smash Ultimate is the greatest fighting game of all time.
Yeah, they just need him in there. Anything else to say, Little?
I don't know that if they do put Sub-Zero, they should do a skin for Scorpio for him. 100%. And to me, talking about the Mii fighters, I use Mii fighters sometimes when I play Smash. So there's that.
Trash.
But to me, like, I don't care about like the skins for like the Mii characters at all because I don't care. But Shantae, that's really cool to have in. And I will say that for me, I want the most randomest character to be the last reveal, like so people could get pissed. So I would love like the Ring Fit Adventure trainer to be there, so Ant could be like super like like that. Or I would love the rabbits, like because Nintendo already works with them, and I think that'd be cool, like rabbits, and then you put like the Mario, Princess, like a Peach, Luigi, like dress like skins for them. I think that'd be really cool.
Rabbits.
I'd rather have that than Waluigi. So
I want to touch on something in the chat. Caleb said Master Chief. I've put a lot of thought into this because I love Master Chief, and I for a long time I wanted to see Master Chief in Halo. But honestly, Caleb, right? I think the most important thing to ask yourself is what the hell would Master Chief do in Smash? What is he didn't even have a goddamn sprint until like the 4th game. So like, what would his moveset in Smash be at that point? He would just be an Echo Fighter of like Metroid or Samus, whatever.
Yeah, get that name right. Samus Aran. You feel me? Get that right. Get that right.
It will be a Echo Fighter, Samus, and it's just nah.
Bloody Bag,
Yeah.
if you want Pyramid Head, go to Dead by Daylight
Yeah.
because I'm sure it will not
Pyramid
be going
Head.
to Smash.
Oh my god, I seen someone talking about, oh man, we're not gonna get a Doom guy? Like, bro, stop this. The Doom guy, like, come on, bro,
At
stop.
least Master Chief has a name. You know what I'm saying?
Dudes want people like Minecraft Steve. Like, anyone ever called the dude in Minecraft Steve? You feel me? That's disgusting. Stop this.
Honestly, Caleb, I think that that's the biggest problem for Master Chief. I think that Snake is in the game, and that's as closest to Master Chief as you're gonna get. And any closer, again, I just think Master Chief lost his chance when Snake got in there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not saying like Master Chief won't work. I'm not on your side. I think Master Chief could definitely work. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool character. But like, I just feel like let's be honest, right? This is a topic that we've all had, talked about before, which is Halo just ain't that famous no more. So who cares? Like, why would it? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know.
If we're gonna go off of like Smash's plan, which clearly when they put Minecraft Steve in there, which was their plan, which I don't love Minecraft, so I was cool with it, but that was a character they used for hype. I mean, at that point, it would make sense to have a Fortnite Jod. You know what I'm saying? Just have the Fortnite no skin character come in the game if they're gonna go off of.
Well, Atomiko says last fighter reveal will actually kickstart a huge ARG, culminating in epic porting the entirety of Fortnite into Smash.
Stupid.
Batman and Smash.
Well, yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say about that. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say.
No, I'm good.
All right, next thing we're gonna talk about is Mario Golf got released and has some mediocre reviews, and I think Ant has a lot to say about this. So go ahead.
I love Nintendo. I played my Switch, like I only had a Switch for like a good year and a half, sadly. And honestly, this is Nintendo fanboys letting Nintendo do what they always do. They release a half-ass wannabe game that comes out that gets reviewed poorly because it's not good. It's reused stuff we've seen plenty of times before. But guess what? It comes out and immediately becomes the #1 on the charts. And it's the same fake outrage with the Pokemon. The same fake outrage with everything that Nintendo does. Because Nintendo gets away with so much, and I'm not trying to like say that obviously like this happened because of the Mario Golf thing, but it's just the truth. Nintendo can get away with murder. That's why they release $60 games like Mario Golf. That's why they have fast travel stuck behind amiibos in Skyward Sword, and it's because there's no actual outrage toward Nintendo. You put Mario on anything, and people would play it 100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're knowing at this point. I mean, listen, I like Mario Tennis, so I'm pretty sure this game I'd like it too. Like, I'm not the person to sit here and like, shit on Nintendo and like say that like what they're making is bad or whatever. Just I don't know. I feel like I'm not saying like I defend these people. Like I agree. I think that the game, like they definitely release mediocre games and people like just love it straight up off of no reason. Like I get that, like for sure. But I do think the game looks cool. I definitely want to play it.
I'm just waiting for the Nintendo YouTubers to say, "Wow, this is the best looking game on the Switch."
Yeah, nah.
I'm waiting for you.
Listen,
I'm telling you, no Nintendo releases, people hype it up and love it, and that's why Mario Golf, to whoever was waiting for it, came out mediocre.
To be fair, RGT85, he's on the right side. He's saying that it's mediocre and half baked. So hey.
No, I definitely use my RGT85 impression there, but it's the truth, bro. It's the truth. It's the same way these games come out like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and they have the nerve to look me in the eye through YouTube and tell me that this is the best looking game on the Switch. And again, when you allow Nintendo to hold such low standards, you get games like this. This is what happens.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about this, Little?
Honestly, the last Nintendo game that I think I ever bought was Luigi's Mansion. I know you care about like the Mario Tennis, but to me, Mario Tennis is not my cup of tea, so I know for sure this one would definitely not be it. And for $60, just that like already throws me off because I already know I just wouldn't like it regardless.
Okay.
But I will read some chats real quick.
Go ahead.
Caleb says the story mode looks like Pokemon Sword and Shield. LOL. Atomiko says, yeah, Nintendo gets away with you taking the words out of my keyboard.
Okay.
And Bloody Bag says, I love Mario Golf. Happy I didn't buy this one.
That's not something that as a Nintendo person I would ever want to read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's
Oh,
all I
Caleb
have.
also said that that's why Pokemon lost its magic for me. It was and it's mostly still the same. The other half of the game was and its DLC. It soiled it for me.
Same way. It was always the same way. You were just happier as a little kid to buy Emerald after you played Ruby and Sapphire, but they've done the same thing. The DLC is easier than them releasing just a whole nother game to add one Pokemon at the end.
Okay. Listen, I got nothing to say about this golf thing. At the end of the day, to me, I'm more of a I gotta play it and I would enjoy it. I don't really care about like how good or bad it is as long as I have fun. Because people don't like Mario Tennis, I think the game is fun, so it is what it is. But yeah, so you guys want to move to the next topic? I already got it on the screen. The next topic is Monster Hunter Stories. Had a demo release, and once again, Anthogar, take it away, because you're the one who has to say things about this guy. I don't care.
You know, I love Capcom, right? I love
Capcom too, but I don't like this. This is disgusting.
Because I love Capcom, right? Because it's a perfect transition to what we were just talking about. You allow Nintendo to be lazy and do what Nintendo does. You open up the door for Capcom to come in and do better on the Switch than Nintendo does. Monster Hunter Rise is arguably one of the best games on the Switch, right? And then when you look at the Monster Hunter Stories, that is one of the best looking games on the Switch. Why can they get grass animations right? Why can they get character animations right? Why can they do all these things that Sony can't do? If you really sit there
Nintendo.
and you, oh yeah, my bad, that Nintendo can't do. If you really sit there and compare Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to Monster Hunter Story, it's embarrassing that one of those games has a actual Nintendo logo on it.
Yeah. All I would say about this Monster Hunter's Stories thing is I didn't realize the game actually running at 60 frames per second. Like I'm watching a video right now on YouTube, it's 60 frames. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good for open world game.
Yeah, runs good. I'm telling you, whenever Capcom comes and touches the game on the Switch, it's good every time.
Yeah. It looks ugly though, but all right. You have anything to say about this?
To me, it looks interesting to me. Monster Hunters, I
no
tried
detail.
to get into it and I didn't really. I did the tutorial though. There's that. So at least I finished that. But I don't know. To me, it didn't look bad. Really cool about the 60 frames per second, especially on the Switch. Love that. And I don't know. Maybe it'll get me more into Monster Hunter, like the other one, and play it, and then maybe I'll play this one after.
Whole completely different game. That's like a JRPG turn-based.
Yeah, this game looks.
I like turn-based though.
You probably like this game because I heard that this one's really good, or it's people are saying it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it's not out yet. It's just a demo. So if you want to try it out, it's on the eShop right now. Actually, look, listen. Gameplay wise, I think this game looks good. I'm not the biggest fan of like the traditional Monster Hunter games, but I like turn-based JRPGs. So this is definitely like looks like a game that's more up my alley. But again, to me, is at the end of the day, it's like my problem with all these JRPGs. They just all seem generic to me. Anything that has like that Japanese aesthetic in any way, shape, or form always seems like I'm about to get into the same exact game over and over and over again. It's always the same thing. But talking about that, segue to our next topic, Scarlett Nexus. So go ahead and speak on that because that game actually released. When did it release? Do you remember? Friday.
Fire.
Okay.
Fire. Listen, at first, I had a few issues with it. I was a little skeptical about the story. It definitely feels like an anime. I definitely think this is one of the better anime games that, in the sense of a story, it actually felt like I was watching the beginning episodes of an anime. I was just nervous that it wouldn't veer to the next parts, but the story's picking up. It's becoming a lot more interesting. A little confusing, but more interesting for sure. Gameplay, top tier. I mean, that is fun. That is a fun gameplay game. And honestly, it got reviewed an 80 on Metacritic, which I think is absolutely perfect for this. And if you like Japanese action RPGs, this is the game that you buy. I don't think this is a wait for a sale. Like, no, if you like action RPGs, go pick this game up ASAP.
Okay. I played a little bit of it. The gameplay is good. It's very much their typical hack and slash game. Again, yeah, not much I can say about it. It reminds me of the closest thing I could say that it reminds me of is the Nier Automata game, and also what's it called?
Genshin Impact, because that's what I was gonna say.
No.
A little bit of it, like the style of how it looks. I don't know about the game, but how it looks. Not gameplay wise, I haven't seen, but like I've seen how it looks, and that's what it kind of.
It reminds me of the other game, the other Switch game, the one that people thought was the best game of all time. What's it called?
Which one?
The one with the police dog and stuff. What's that game called?
The which one?
The one with the police dog and the chain links or whatever. I forgot.
Astro Chain.
Astro Chain. It reminds me of that
No,
too.
this is definitely, listen, this is closer, right, to I guess Astro Chain, I guess, but this is closer to your typical, hack and slash but leaning more towards the combos, because the game definitely has combos in it.
Yeah.
But it's mixed with a little bit of control because because of the way you throw things across. Yes. It has like the little action things you do with the controller.
The telekinesis
as
is
you
what
unlock
about.
Telekinesis, yeah. You throw things across the screen, and it's really cool because those things are able to be integrated in the middle of combos and be able to reset and come back in.
Yeah, that again, the gameplay looks fun, which is great, but again, aesthetically for me, my personal thing is like I love gameplay. Gameplay is a great thing, and I care about that a lot.
That game's not for you.
Yeah, no. Again, I love if the gameplay it was in another game that didn't look like this and was something else, it would be a little bit better for me. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this stuff.
I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out.
Well,
that's a lie.
I'm here.
Why you ain't play Devil May Cry then?
I don't like that. I don't like that aesthetic either.
Arguably the greatest.
I just don't like that aesthetic either. I'm just that's my problem. Is none of these games really catch my aesthetic. The one I do like though, and this is mad random, it makes no sense. But what's the game called? Vanquish. That game was fire. It was a platinum game back in the day. It was pretty fun. Again.
You're killing him.
No, exactly. Listen. My man is stressed, bro. Listen, I'm gonna play DMC5 100%. It's just again. Off the bat, like I'm not the biggest fan of the way DMC is. I don't like games like Borderlands and games that try to be funny. That bothers me. I don't like games like that. It's like, we're just goofy and everything's goofy. I don't like that
Borderlands is tolerable because
I think that's the worst one.
I tolerated it.
I hate that game.
But there was points that I was rolling my eyes and I was like,
it's ridiculous, bro. Unrelenting.
Yeah, I don't even
doing,
consider them the same.
I can't. I would not watch it. If it's like the same similar style, like I could not. Like I'll burn a movie theater down before you make me watch it.
I'm gonna give you one good reason why I won't watch that Borderlands movie, because there has been in the history of all humankind, right?
Okay.
There's never been a good movie where someone say, you know what? Let's put Kevin Hart in it.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, leave that man alone. I saw an article that said the title was like he's bouncing back from his cancellation or something like that. Like, all
right. Yeah, bouncing back with Borderlands, But Devil May Cry definitely I get what you're saying. It pushes that boundary of like trying to be funny, but not like Borderlands.
No, not funny, but it's just trying to be edgy and like, we look at the camera and like wink at the camera. It's like, I don't know, you know who I am. I'm more of a Last of Us horror, Red Dead Redemption. I like things that are just a little bit more serious and like try to tell a little bit more grounded story. I know that sounds annoying, but again, I would like to see that mixture one day, like a good mixture of like at least a serious story. Like the setting doesn't have to be like on the ranch or whatever, like Red Dead or nothing. But again, like still, just something that's not like little anime girls. Like I'm looking at my screen right now. Like, oh, come on! And like the cutscenes of these games are just like little comic books. It's just like, look, you guys can see it on the screen right now. Like it's just like pictures of people. It's like, bro, come on! I can't play this.
Listen.
Wait! Didn't you play Persona though?
I didn't play that game fully.
And let's be fair. I'll be fair, right? As a person who loves Persona, right?
And Persona's pretty good though.
Yeah, Persona definitely is a lot better.
Way better than this.
Like a big time better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say, right, and listen, I'm gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what does this mean, goofball?
I read mangas. I watch anime. So to me, honestly, I'm just gonna say personally, I think from a critical standpoint, if I'm gonna be objective, that's definitely shitty. They could have had more. They could have had actual fucking cutscenes. Not that. But as an anime fan, it truly isn't even something I looked at. Actually, when thinking about it now, talking to you guys, like, yeah, it's stupid. But when I was playing it, I was like, oh, this is really cool because this is like a voiced out manga in color, But I get where for every normal person who doesn't sit there and read mangas, it's bad for sure.
Yeah, it's weird. To me, I just get taken out of the gameplay when I see that stuff. Like, I don't know. I just feel like good storytelling in the sense of like, it's not like I'm not saying any of these games have bad story. I'm just saying that the execution of how they're telling the story, it could be better in certain ways. And like a lot of these games, a lot of these Japanese games, just have the worst way of telling a story. Just like, all right, guys, like this is just
I
bad.
I think that's anime's biggest problem in general is that I don't think animes necessarily tell bad stories. I think they just tell good stories poorly, and
Yeah.
in turn it suffers.
Yeah. All right. Any you
I'll
want?
read some super
Yeah.
chats. Or super chats. Chats. Well, to me, they all are super chats in my eyes.
Yeah, I feel that. Next topic.
So let's see. Bloody Bag says I subscribed. Hit a like. Fun content, guys. Thank you so much, Bloody Bag. You're amazing. And Caleb said, me too. I didn't even finish that Pokemon game. Honestly, Pokemon Sword and Shield did not like to me. I like Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. I did not care for Sword or Shield, so there's that.
That
And
monster sword and
Adamiko
shield.
said, glad you guys are doing this podcast. I like every man, woman / person outlooks on stuff. It makes it feel more like I'm just having a conversation with some homies. Thank you for that.
I
You
love
most
that.
definitely are.
I
You
love
most
that.
definitely are.
That's why I started this, man. I
And
like
they said
it.
most podcasts just feel out of reach as well. And then Destroy says, I like that CB Julio, he got the clamps. And this is a do it or get fired year for Grantham and Hevesy for me. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Hevesy.
Oh, what? This
I
is
don't know.
Well, I don't know what that means, but yeah, guys. So next thing we'll talk about, we'll touch upon the next few things pretty quick because we're probably gonna try to get out of here soon. But next thing we'll talk about Cyberpunk 2077. Anything you gotta say about that? It came back. It's now at a.
One thing I will say, what the fuck is satisfactory stability? Like, what do you guys
Nothing.
mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Like,
I'll
define
tell you
it,
what that
bro.
means. I'll tell you what that means, right? That's PR talk for please buy our game on PlayStation.
Yeah. Basically.
It's
Listen,
good,
I'm gonna
guys.
tell you
Now
right
it's
now.
good.
Yeah. It's good. It's a PS4 game that can't run on PS4, but it's good. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you got fooled by Cyberpunk the first time, I'm sorry, but I only have one thing to say about this whole situation, right? And this is I feel this way about The Witcher. I feel this way about Cyberpunk. I feel this way about CD Projekt Red, and I'm saying this out of experience. If you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But if you fool me 3 times, shame on both of us. And honestly, CD Projekt Red has fooled me way too many times.
Okay.
To me, satisfactory stability, like how they're saying it, I didn't buy the game. Like, I was excited when I first saw the trailer, but then I don't know, like I kind of lost interest. And then once everything came down, I was like, I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it. And I honestly felt bad for everyone who bought the game. But I will say, to me, when they were saying like, oh, like satisfactory stability, like it's back now on PlayStation Store, because I don't think I don't think Xbox ever took it out. I'm not sure, but I know PlayStation did. But to me, that's just like if you're a student at a school and you're just doing the bare like minimum to make it pass. And I feel like that's kind of what the tweet made it, like how they made it seem like. And to me, it's just like, that's a big no-no. I don't think anyone who purchased this game and like got a refund will go purchase it again after you saying that.
Listen, I've been watching this little gameplay I have up on here. Bro, the game was at like 24 frames per second. Like, all right. Like, how is that just... It's just so unacceptable what has happened with this game. Listen, I beat the game. I actually played it on PC. I beat it like within the first 2 days it came out. And I beat the game. I'm going to tell you right now, regardless of even performance or whatever, the game by itself at its core is nothing special. There's nothing special about the game. It's very glitchy. And again, even if it works perfectly, the writing of this whole story is very basic. It's nothing crazy. Like the way they were talking about making Cyberpunk, you would just expect them to make a better story than with the story we got in the game. The game's story is so basic and just so like it just felt like a Ubisoft game, honestly. Like the writing was just so like subpar and trash. It was bad.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? I don't want to spend too much time on this, right? But
Me neither.
No, nothing. I wasn't hyped for this game at all. Like I never was. Alberto will definitely vouch for me on that one.
Yeah.
Listen, I played The Witcher, and I refuse to let myself get brainwashed like the rest of the world and pretending like this is a good game. But then when you ask them what's so good about it, they say, the side quests. Listen, CD Projekt Red don't deliver. They don't deliver these games that people think they deliver, right? That's the first thing. They're proving it. They're proving it right now. I had no reason off of all the CD Projekt Red games I played. I had no reason to believe that Cyberpunk was going to come out and break the world like the whole internet thought it was. The game of the generation, the one that sets standards for time to come. Based off of what? based on what
Yeah, The
The
Witcher.
Witcher, a 80-hour game that you guys like it because it has interesting side quests because the whole story of the game is just going, where's Jennifer? It's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
It definitely reviews for that game was inflated,
yeah.
and you can see the same thing happen for Cyberpunk when you have people who gave all credibility out the window to give that game 100.
Yeah. Oh my
T.
god, the gameplay is so bad. I'm just looking at it right now. It's like, oh my god, this is so terrible. Yeah, no, this looks like Blue Box Game Studios made this. Garbage. You know what I mean? Garbage. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Cyberpunk, it's now on PlayStation. You could go play that at sub 20 frames per second. Go ahead, do that. Okay, up next, I think our last topic to close out the
Yeah.
show tonight.
Hold on, let me do the chats real quick.
Yeah, you weren't talking for
Yeah,
the.
I was pressing the wrong button and I realized that, and I was like, this is not my button. Adamiko says it crashes less, so there's that. So I guess they did something, barely. Beth says played it for like an hour, got bored, and haven't played it since.
Rightfully
Hanzo
so.
says cybercrime. That's basically what Cyberpunk was.
It's a crime, absolutely. Cybercrime, yeah,
And
exactly.
then they say that The Witcher 3 was a great game. Don't know what got this guy his panties in a bunch.
People lying to themselves like you. That's what got me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Uh-oh.
It's just the truth. You sit there, you walk around the Witcher's map for hours, going to a bunch of question marks to do a whole lot of nothing, to then progress in the story that gives you literally nothing in hopes you find a good side quest. Like that. That's what you guys hold on for so long.
This
Nah.
guy's talking crazy, bro. This guy's sounding crazy, bro. I still got some Witcher in my heart, all right? I still got some Witcher in my heart.
Let me
Adamiko
ask
says
you. No,
Cyberpunk is
hold
abandoned.
up, Valeria. Right? I want to ask a quick question because my man's is putting up a front, right?
Oh, what's the front? No front?
You still got Cyberpunk? You still got The Witcher in your heart, my boy? Because
Sure,
I'm almost
heart, yeah.
positive that for recently, like
Uh-huh.
really recently, you
Uh-huh.
downloaded the game again to go play it again to get
was this?
disappointed again.
When was this?
I mean, do you want to talk about the Switch port? You want to talk about any other time? you
Sir,
tried-
sir, listen.
didn't you
On
try it
video, on
PlayStation
video,
3,
on
PS4?
listen. Hold on, PS3. They didn't come on PS3. Hold
No,
on.
I said I meant to say
Ah,
PS4.
yeah, right, yeah. Okay, go on video on YouTube itself on the YouTube, YouTube.com, right? / albertxdilone games probably. I have a review of the Witcher 3 on the Switch, and I'm positive on it. I like the game. I was liking it. I was enjoying it.
Let me ask you a question, right? Since you
Uh-huh.
reviewed the game, how far did you get in the game?
Don't worry
How
about
far you
that.
Because
It was impressions.
We
Impressions.
can't. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Impressions.
You said review. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just tell us.
Impressions.
Can you?
What?
Yeah.
Or do you not? He doesn't recall.
Nah, because I'm.
I can link y'all the video if y'all need that. I mean,
Hey, that. Oh no,
happened?
look, Hanzo. The truth is, right? I'm not here to tell you that you can't enjoy The Witcher. I truly believe you did have fun with The Witcher. Whenever I play The Witcher, I wish Alberto will vouch for me. I wish I loved that game.
Yeah.
It looks like everything I want it to be. I just honestly, I when I play it, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. If you want to link up with me and tell me what's so good about it, I can't say it is. I don't know. I've never seen it. As far as I got in the game, nothing grabbed me.
Sorry, that thing has a 93 on Metacritic. What happened?
But that's a prime example, right?
Uh-huh.
That we don't have to like quote unquote good games. You know what I'm saying? And we could like bad games and we could dislike good games. It's just. Oh, and again for Hanzo, like I originally played it on PS4. You know, I played it on Switch. I've tried it on PC. I swear, I don't know what it is about it, but whenever that dude starts talking, I I can't. Maybe it's because I played the intro
Yeah.
I played the intro like 6 times. I cannot get behind The Witcher 3 at all.
Yeah, nah. Listen, right. I'm not super negative on like the series as a whole. I think the Netflix thing, even though I didn't watch it, I don't know. I just everything around like the IP of Witcher, like I'm kind of into, but The Witcher 3 for sure. Like I don't love the game, and I wanted to love it. I feel like that was my issue. Like I wanted to like love the game as much as I like Skyrim, and I remember that was like my main original feeling I wanted. I'm a huge high fantasy fan. Like I love Oblivion, I love Elder Scrolls, and I even like Dragon Age. Dragon Age is really good too. But the thing about The Witcher 3, I don't know what it was. I just feel like I think the issue was as an RPG fan, I like my characters to be like my character, I guess. And then when I hopped into Witcher 3, like I've played Witcher 2 and 1 on my PC like a little bit, just messing around. I really didn't know the story. I just knew like it was supposed to be like Game of Thrones, like had like a lot of lore and all that stuff. So I was excited. But then when I played the game, It's just a guy laying in his bathtub, and then it's like Yennefer and Ciri, and it's like Ciri's his daughter. I'm just like,
Hold
I
on, hold
couldn't.
on. He does what?
What? What are you talking about?
He lays in a bathtub
That's
the
how
whole time?
in the beginning of the game, yeah, it starts off with him in a bathtub. But then like the rest of it, like again, obviously I played further than that, guys. I definitely passed the intro, but like,
That's too
yeah, I mean, I went, I did some stuff for sure. I did a few quests, many times on
He said,
different
I only did 10
platforms.
hours, guys.
Most likely,
10
probably.
hours.
Oh no, stop, for sure. Go look at my numbers anywhere else. Go ahead. Go open it up. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. But yes, I played The Witcher 3, and I just feel like I want to be more in love with it than I ever had. You know, so.
Listen, to all the Witcher fans out there, I just want you to know, I will forever talk shit about The Witcher 3. But when it comes, then the next generation updates come out, the PS5 version, I'm definitely gonna play it and try it again because I'm telling you, I want to love that game. I don't see it. I have no clue what's going on in that game, none. And the game does nothing to make me catch up. I don't know anything about the previous two games. From what I know, they're not even really that good. So it's like,
Oh damn! Hold up. He coming at the whole franchise. God.
I'm
Hey, listen.
He went from 3 to all.
If y'all
That's
are in the
the
chat and
thing.
you are Witcher fans, bro, close your ears, bro. This guy, he's committing murder, bro. Blasphemy.
I'm
Stop
telling you right now,
this.
this is the memes I've seen from the community of The Witcher. You know, the Witcher 1 is the poorly drawn horse. The Witcher 2 got more structure. The Witcher 3 is the perfectly drawn horse. So if The Witcher 3 is the best out of all of them, I mean, I don't know. Because didn't you tell me, Alberto, you watched the whole video of the lore and you still didn't know what the fuck was going on?
Yeah, basically, the game is just kind of weird. It's just weird. 'Cause again, I think Geralt himself is a weird character. Just strange. That's it. I just feel like it's a weird. It's just strange. I don't know. I just feel like the lore just doesn't make much sense to me, and the villains is just not good. I don't know. A lot of the game was just really strange. And again, I think the biggest thing when it comes to like playing the game, how he said Geralt's voice always threw me off. He felt like he was Batman. I'm like, this feels like
Christian Bale.
yeah. I was like, I'm in a medieval world. It's like, why is he like mercenary? Like, it's just like, what is going
That's
on?
how he talks, bro. What?
Why is he doing that? It's like weird.
Batman has a reason, okay?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
well,
say,
okay, but why does The Witcher have to do that?
oh,
You know what's that?
that's my problem. He just walks into a bar and he's just give me a drink. And I'm just, bro, why is this dude talk like this, bro?
Yeah, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, let's go to the next topic. I don't even want to get that
Okay,
deep.
so yeah, final topic of the day. I'm pretty sure that's the final topic, right?
Yes,
Final topic
yes,
of the
it
day.
is.
Something light. We're gonna know something light and more.
Light yet bad, I feel.
It's light, but it's positive news kind of because it's just like a thing where the developer of Friday 13th. If you guys don't know anything about the game Friday 13th, I'm a huge fan. Also, Little's a huge fan of Friday 13th in general of the franchise, and the game was literally one of the best games I've ever played last gen. I love it so much. It's a terrible game when it comes to like objectively. It's a bad game. I don't suggest anyone to play it, but if you like having fun and like just wasting your time, it's a great game. It's really fun. But the Friday 13th game, the developer, obviously a lawsuit happened to it like 2 years ago at this point, I think. And basically he came out and he just wanted to, let me write this out. Let me write it.
I can talk about it.
Go ahead, you talk about it.
Well, when you're talking about the thing, basically there's a legal battle within the whole Friday 13th IP. So it's not only just the game, it's like anything related to like Friday 13th. So like even making a new movie will be a hassle. But basically Wes, I think it's Keltner, he's one of the co-creators of Friday 13th. So he went on Twitter and he basically started like talking about the things that they had basically already in development, plans that they were gonna do for the game if they wouldn't have lost the legal battle. And basically 2 cool things that were gonna happen was that we're gonna get 2 clothing packs, and one of them was the Slumber Party clothing pack. So all the characters will be getting sleepwear skins. They already had 2 packs, which was the bikini ones. So every character had a bikini outfit that they could wear as well. And then they had the Halloween one. So they had Halloween costumes as well. So this was going to be in addition to more clothing that was available for each individual character. They were also going to do the the prom pack, which to me was like, I hate that this didn't happen. So the prom pack was basically, they're going to give prom outfits, dresses, suits to all the characters, and they're going to add a dance floor style to the map. And this is to basically resemble Part 8, so Jason Takes Manhattan, when they're in the boat and they have that whole scene where he does that cool kill, which to me is one of my favorite kills, and it could have been a little better if you put her in the disco ball, in my opinion. But so resemble that, like the whole dance floor, like cool looking lights and all that. And to me, the most interesting thing that they were also gonna do was the paranoia game mode. So this is like an Among Us type game, and basically is that you would enter a map. There was no Jason, so you would enter the map, and basically you had to look for Jason's mask within the map to become the killer. So very interesting because never had anything like that in the game. You know, you always have to have Jason. So this was kind of to resemble part 5 where Jason is not really there because he's dead. And, you know, the Jason is a fake. It's an imposter. It's not really Jason. So very interesting that they were putting more thought into like stuff like the prom pack and this. And very interestingly enough, you had nowhere to hide. So once you grabbed the mask, you had to put it on to kill someone, and then you were supposed to take it off so no one else could know that it was you, because then you would be found. And not like Among Us either, was that you could kill the campers. So if you thought that this person had the mask, you could kill them. So then they would drop the mask, and then you would become the killer, and then start killing other people too until someone won. So to me, that was very, very interesting, and I would have loved that mode completely, just because when I played it, I used to make up my own modes within the game. Didn't even play it correctly. And then one of the last things that they did try to also do with that was they were trying to do a hotline. So they're doing like a 1-800 hotline with the characters' voices, doing like sexy, like funny, like commercials type of style, like sound. So if you called that number, like you would hear what like the campers say stuff. But that also didn't pass through the court because they were basically said like, you know, that doesn't count. So they didn't let it happen as well. So it's very, very sad.
Yeah.
The truth is, like, honestly, I love Friday the 13th, the movies. Obviously, objectively speaking, that game was dog shit. I mean, wow. I mean, just how like people used to cheese Jason by like running around tables for like 20 minutes before they like added dedicated servers and stuff like that. But I always thought that game was cool in the concept of it, and it's definitely tragic. Like I didn't know anything about the game really, besides the fact that they couldn't do anything because of the legal stuff. So to hear all those things that you were saying right now, like got canceled, is just as a Friday the 13th fan in general of the movies, it's like that's really sad, and I wish that game would have been better because I would have played it a lot more if it wasn't so janky, and especially like playing Dead by Daylight being like a way better version of that game, but. It sucks that all those things got canceled. That it sounds dope as hell if they would have had all those, because Miku said that game mode sounds tight, and it's like, yeah, that does sound really dope. That would have been dope as hell to play that. That right there alone was like, wow.
Yeah, man. As you see on the screen, I've been playing the videos of the costumes they would have had in the game because they're already in the game, but they just couldn't release it. So it was in the code already and everything. So, but yeah, it's just tragic. It was interesting to hear from Wes and just hear like all the stuff that they were trying to do and all the things they had ready to release, but the court ruling came out of nowhere and it was just like, oh, okay, well, what? Like we're working on this game and we just can't do it. And it's just like, yeah, man, it's unfortunate. I don't know what to say. You know, this game is I would love to see it come back, but it clearly is never gonna come back. It's over. Like it's literally over. So what can we do?
Which makes me really, really sad. Like to me, this feels nostalgic. Like I mean, the game isn't that old, but just to see all these things, like it really like hit me, and I was just like, damn. I am literally telling you, I never buy any packs. Anything that's extra in games, I'm like deuces, because I don't believe in that. This was the first game I bought skins on. Like 100%. And this game was, I was like, all right, $3-4. I was like, you got me, Friday 13. This is the first game, and I bought both the bikini and the other one. So to me, this just makes me so sad. The paranoia thing sounded so freaking cool, man. Imagine that, like, because like I said, like Alberto, you were there too. Like we used to make our own modes, and just to know that was gonna be an extra mode, and it resembled the movie. It wasn't just like a random thing. It's like hurts.
Yeah. Well,
Caleb, if we read chats before, I know you wanna end and stuff.
Before you read chats, right?
uh-huh.
I just want to say something to the chat, right?
Here we go.
I'm not an evil person. You know what I'm saying? We touched a lot of topics today that I came across a little bit negative. but I just want y'all to know I'm not an evil person.
Good.
Hopefully,
I like it.
hopefully,
You know, I like this a lot. But listen, I've been talking to Ant for years about video games, right? And I like that you got an audience. I mean, I like when other people could interpret your haterness. You know what I mean?
I just want we got some viewers right now. I just want them to know, get ready, because my man's Alberto backtrack. So I'm here for this. I'm here for this.
All right, whatever.
I'm just here to be like, okay, moving on. Yeah, you said Adamiku, that game sounds tight. Caleb said my uncle and his team really wanted to release that content, but the main writer / creator hated anything new that was related to it. So even if it wasn't for movies, which hater alert, worse than Ant, huh?
But yeah, all right. Well, rest in peace, Friday 13th. I really
Gone but not forgotten.
yes, I miss it. I still play it. You can still play it. You can still buy it. So if you want to, you gotta play peer to peer. So there's that. But I guess that's the show for today.
Before we go, I want
anything
to
else to say?
plug. I want to plug in my advertisement for the day. If you like my opinions or you
Damn, you
like
couldn't
what
wait till I asked you for that? Damn, hold up. Okay. Whoa. Oh
when
wow. Oh
listen,
wow.
when you're gonna start saying that's it for the show today, people immediately gonna start exiting out. So you know
Oh
what,
wow.
we gotta get that out the way quick.
Okay,
Quick.
go. Do your
You know,
thing,
if you
King.
like what I said, at Anthogar on Twitter, you could subscribe to me on right here on YouTube. I make content barely, but you know it's there. So you know, if you like anything like I said, follow me on Twitter. We can talk more and stuff like that. And that's my advertisement for the week. I'll be back next week.
Okay, nice. And Little, you have anything to say?
I just want to say hi again and thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys giving us space to talk and you guys responding to us in chat. Really, really cool. If anyone wants to follow me on my socials, they're Little Lamb, literally just like my name. Everything's like that. I do have a YouTube channel. Not about gaming related though, but it will be coming up soon. I'm going to be posting more videos on there. So if you guys are interested to know more, there's that.
All right, well, all I have to say is you guys know what's up. This is my channel, and I really, really want to thank my co-hosts Ant and Little for coming on the show. Like this was amazing. This was a long time coming. I'm a huge fan of online podcasts like this. Like I don't know if you guys know anything about the Weapon Wheel podcast or Press Start podcast and Spawncast. These are a lot of podcasts I listen to here on the show. Obviously, the Greg Miller show from IGN Beyond and Colin Moriarty's does his own thing now. But like, I'm a huge fan of all this stuff. I'm a huge fan of the gaming industry and everything. So this all goes out to these people too, who have already paved the way for us to be able to speak. And it's a big thank you to you guys for being here and like interacting with us. So I really appreciate that a lot. I also really appreciate if you guys could hit that like button because that really helps us out. And also on the channel. So just remember, every Tuesday we will be here every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. doing the same thing we did today, which is basically talk about the gaming news of the past week. And throughout the week I'll be dropping new videos and everything. So be on the lookout for that and more live streams and everything. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great night. See ya.